Now, we are coming off a very exciting night of basketball last night where almost every game felt like it was a barn burner. But we are back with the prime time show. Knicks versus Grizzlies in action. Ja Morant in the Garden. Let's get to it. Knicks try to stay perfect at home this season. Let's start the show. Yeah, we're back. We are back once again to late witness to the undefeated at home New York Knicks, the sitting alone at the number 2 seed New York Knicks, the on the heels of the Detroit Pistons, who could barely beat the Washington Wizards. New York Knicks. We are back and we're better than ever, trying to remain undefeated at home here tonight against the Memphis Grizzlies. Now let's not count our chickens before they hatch, because while I'm sure we are all coming into tonight expecting a victory from the Knicks the same way we expected a victory against the New Jersey Nets, the Brooklyn Nets, whichever one, it doesn't matter. This Memphis Grizzlies team may be in a little bit of turmoil. They may not have gotten off to a great start. Ja Morant may seem a little bit unhappy, but let me tell you something. Don't underestimate an NBA star with the opportunity of playing in the Garden. I don't know what Ja Morant's health situation is like. Maybe he's dealing with a little bit of an injury. Maybe he is unhappy with the roster and the organization and the team and everything. But let me tell you something. Once you step foot in Madison Square Garden, all ailments, everything else gets out of the way, and they are there under the brightest lights trying to perform. So the Knicks have to come correct here tonight. They got to lock down on Ja Morant. They're going to have to lock down on Jaren Jackson Jr. While those guys haven't played particularly too well this year, best believe that they will come out and try to put their best foot forward to make a statement game here against one of the best teams in the league, and number 2, in the world's most famous arena. So you have to come correct and come out and beat this Grizzlies team. This is the first night of a back-to-back situation, so our guy, Mitchell Robinson, will not play tonight. And I agree with the decision because I believe that tomorrow's night, he's going to be, it's more important to have him for tomorrow night against Orlando, right? Obviously, Memphis being a Western Conference team, not as important in terms of the matchup. I do believe with Memphis missing so many bigs, and of course we'll go through it. Edey, Brandon Clark off the bench. They're living with Jaren Jackson Jr., who doesn't rebound, and they're trying to live with like Santi Aldama playing backup 5, which isn't a great decision. He's not really a big man, but so Mitchell Robinson is not necessarily needed as much as he's going to be needed tomorrow. So I need Big Mitch to show up tomorrow, because you're getting the rest today, then I need you to show up tomorrow. MB, what's up, MB? Hattie, MBM. Darnell, what's up, Darnell? Gas, man. Nice duds, of course, all the time, every single time. Hattie, what's up, Hattie? Darnell, what's up, Darnell? Justice's dad, Lionel Monis, of course. Appreciate you guys. Frank Juarez, what's up, Frank? Mr. Sports, Keanu Bryan, Mark, of course. Justice's dad, appreciate y'all. Anthony Ginty, Rudy Riazzi. Welcome, everybody, welcome. Now, we're going to start where we always start. Every single night, we're going to start with the captain. Jaylen Brunson continues to dominate, continues to do his thing, although JB not worried too much about the scoring because he knows the scoring is going to come. And while he was scoring the ball at a very prolific rate to start the year, 30-point game after 30-point game after 30-point game, Jaylen Brunson has maybe not realized, but now that everybody else is starting to shoot the ball significantly better, has finally come to the consensus, y'all got it. And so now the assist numbers are starting to pile up. About 6.5 now. If I were to update these stats, they'd only go up nominally, so didn't see the sense in going out of our way to take the time to upgrade them until next weekend. But Jaylen Brunson, now, who started the year at about 4 assists a game with over 30 points per game starting to come down a little bit, assists per game starting to come up a little bit, and that's thanks to everybody starting to knock down the shots. Guys like Anunoby, over 40% from 3. Mikal Bridges, still over 40% from 3. Karl-Anthony Towns starting to get it going a lot more here. I like shoes. What's up, I like shoes? But, of course, Jaylen Brunson, 33% from 3. Starting to go up a little bit. 46% from the field. Started to come down a little bit. But overall, these percentages should rise as the season goes on because he's getting significantly easier shots as the year progresses and as they get more comfortable in the offense. So we're going to move over to Karl-Anthony Towns, and I think we got a little bit more to talk about with Towns because now that the points per game average has gone over 20 plus, he scored 28 the other night against the Brooklyn Nets, even though he was trying to pad those stats a little bit towards the end. I appreciate it. You guys know I respect a stat patter. In a blowout, still playing in the fourth quarter, still getting buckets because gotta make sure I get my 28 points here tonight, right? Sergeant Rob, what's up, Sergeant Rob? Appreciate you, buddy. Ricardo, of course. What's up, Ricardo? Karl-Anthony Towns has gotten the average over 20 points per game, still rebounding the hell out of the ball at about 13. Assists starting to go up a little bit for Karl-Anthony Towns. He's getting more comfortable in the offense. A lot was made about Karl-Anthony Towns not finding his way earlier in the year, being out of rhythm. The shot wasn't there. Guess what? Shot's starting to come back. Field goal percentage starting to rise. Three-point percentage starting to rise. The field goal percentage will hover around 50 as he gets closer to his normal averages. Same with the three-point percentage will hover around 40 as he gets closer to his three-point averages. They're getting significantly better shots this year. Darnell said Clarkson 25 points tonight. It would be nice to get a big Clarkson explosion game offensively, right? But we know what Karl-Anthony Towns is capable of. He's been playing a lot better. The competition has been great, and the competition may continue to not be great here tonight. Rudy Riazzi, what's up, Rudy? Sick fit, appreciate you, brother. The competition may continue to not be great tonight against an injured Memphis Grizzlies team, but Karl-Anthony Towns should still dominate, especially on a night like tonight with no Zach Edey, no Brandon Clark. He's going to be going up against a guy like Jaren Jackson Jr., for as good and as talented as he isn't necessarily a big man, and my man Big Rud, with very generous of you to re-upping your membership. Appreciate you, brother. He said, always appreciate you and your community. Proud. Appreciate you, Big Rud. Appreciate you, man. Karl-Anthony Towns should dominate tonight. He should be the guy getting off and doing whatever he wants to do tonight, similar to the matchup he had against the Brooklyn Nets. Although, again, Jaren Jackson Jr. is a good, solid defender, but not the greatest one-on-one defender. He's still averaging like 4.5 fouls per game, so he's going to be in foul trouble. The Knicks are going to do, especially Karl-Anthony Towns, they're going to do an amazing job of getting Jaren Jackson Jr. into foul trouble very early, very easily. Foom Pei, what's up, Foom Pei? We get over to OG Anunoby, the dog, the demon. OG Anunoby, 18.1 points per game. It's getting closer to 20, and there's a lot of buzz right now going around about how if this man continues to play the way he's playing, he's going to start making some all-star waves. The conversation is going to start shifting from the Knicks have 2 all-stars in Jaylen Brunson and Karl-Anthony Towns to, okay, who are we just going to throw Anunoby in there as the third all-star here in the East? In a weakened East that's missing Jason Tatum and Tyrese Halliburton, who are not going to make the all-star team, with a Paolo Banchero and Franz Wagner both struggling a little bit over there in Orlando. Are we going to give 3 All-Stars to the New York Knicks? OG Anunoby is going to be very much deserving of it. The 2.4 steals, absolutely dominating games defensively out on the perimeter, especially when he gets to play alongside Mitchell Robinson, which he won't get to do tonight. But even still without that, we know he's going to be able to dominate the game defensively. 41% from three-point range is absolutely insane for OG Anunoby. He is not hesitating from 3. He's letting that thing fly, particularly from the corners. He and the next man we'll talk about, Mikal Bridges, have been absolutely lights out from the corners. Mikal Bridges, I believe, still shooting around 50% from 3 so far this year. But they are both top 8, I believe, this season in most corner three-pointers made this year. 2 guys, same team. Both of them on the wing, both of them defensive demons. Speaking of defensive demons, we get over to Mikal Bridges, the other guy on the wing, being a disruptive defender. 1.4 steals, 1.1 blocks. My man is doing it all, especially as an off-ball defender. Still getting calls to be an on-ball defender, but with the more switch-heavy defense. It's not super switch-heavy, but not being as beholden to drop defense as they were under the previous coaching staff. Mikal Bridges has been significantly better overall this year. And speaking of overall, 16 points per game, 5 rebounds, 5.3 assists. I maligned Mikal Bridges last year heavily for not rebounding the ball at a rate that I think a 6'7" wing should. He only averaged around 3.5 rebounds last year. He's up to 5 so far this year. 5.3 assists. The assist, this would be by far a career high for Mikal Bridges in assists per game. The turnovers continue to be extremely low at about 1. And again, the steals and the blocks averaging around almost 2.5 stocks a game, which is very good. The three-point percentage, the shooting continues to be invaluable for Mikal Bridges and this team. The man just refuses to miss right now. The jump shot looks smooth, looks clean, looks like he cleaned up the hitch that he was maligned with last year. We all know about it. We all went through it. That was the whole conversation with Mikal Bridges in the offseason going into the season about what happened to his jump shot. He seems to have fixed it. Very much so. 46.5% from 3. And like OG Anunoby, not hesitating at all. Contested, doesn't matter. Slightly contested, doesn't matter. Off movement, doesn't matter. Catch and shoot, doesn't matter. I'm letting this thing fly. If it's within the rhythm of the offense and I get it in a spot that I'm very comfortable shooting, I'm going to let that thing fly. And it's very nice to see Mikal Bridges playing well. We get over to Mitchell Robinson, who is not playing tonight but continues to just dominate when he does play. I'm going to be very excited to see what he can do against a really good team in Orlando tomorrow. I mean, not a really good team. They've obviously struggled so far to start the year, but we'll get to that tomorrow. Mitchell Robinson not playing tonight. We get over to Josh Hart. And Josh Hart, I can't tell you a single play he had against Brooklyn. Like, he didn't have a play that necessarily stood out the way he normally does, but I will tell you that Josh Hart, since the very, I don't want to say infamous because it was just a moment, but since that first game where he played against Cleveland and he looked bad, I believe he had 1 point, or no, he didn't score and had 1 rebound, and that was his only positive stat of the game. He had a couple of turnovers and whatnot, a couple of fouls. Didn't play at all in the second half. I believe played 5 total minutes in the second half, which is very Josh Hart is very unaccustomed to that after coming off of playing for Tom Thibodeau, where he played damn near 40 minutes a night. Josh Hart has really started the round in form. Seems to be completely locked in and starting to really understand his purpose on this team, his role on this team, and what his teammates and the coaching staff are asking of him, right? It's a completely different role, completely different substitution pattern. He's playing with a bunch of different guys. Josh Hart has been phenomenal these last couple of games. I hope it continues. I hope it's not just a hot streak. Obviously, we talked about how the three-point shooting has been up for Josh Hart. The three-point shooting needs to stay it needs to be able to maintain at a respectable level. I don't think Josh Hart's going to suddenly become a 37-38% three-point shooter this year, but if you can keep it around 34-35% on minimal volume and still be a downhill attacker, Josh Hart is going to be just fine on this team. Get over to Deuce McBride. Deuce McBride did not score. One of the only guys to not score against the Brooklyn Nets, but obviously the defense was still fantastic for him. We know what to expect from Deuce McBride. Sometimes his offense is very reliant on obviously catch and shoot opportunities from 3, and if he doesn't get a ton of those, he's not going to get a ton of offensive opportunities to score the ball, but he did have a couple of assists, did have some very nice defensive possessions. I did not look up to see who's starting the game tonight for Mitchell Robinson. I would suspect it's going to be Deuce McBride, if only because you want a dominant point of attack defender against Ja Morant to allow Mikal Bridges and OG Anunoby to help on the backside with Mitchell Robinson being out. So I expect Deuce McBride to get the start here tonight, and if that's the case, expect a big Deuce McBride night. We get over to Jordan Clarkson, and Jordan Clarkson's been making his way up the rankings of my player graphics. He used to be the last guy we talked about. We got to start moving him up because he is really starting to come around as well. Speaking of guys really finding their role on this team, he looked a little lost to start the year, and my man's finally starting to figure it out. We know he can be a 16 to 18 point per game scorer off the bench, but that's not necessarily the role we need you here. We need an all-around game from Jordan Clarkson, and I've said since the beginning of the year, Jordan Clarkson is a combo guard, and onto this team, we need Jordan Clarkson to lean more into his point guard abilities and less so into his shooting guard capabilities, right? A combo guard is capable of scoring the ball and also passing the ball, but that usually means that they're a score-first point guard. Jordan Clarkson is not necessarily a point guard, but he does have really good vision, and he's starting to show it the last couple games. He had a really nice no-look pass to Karl-Anthony Towns coming down the middle of the lane the other night, and I really would like to see him lean more into that. He started to get off a little bit against the Nets in terms of like those no-pass possessions that I hate, where he just had the ball in his hands and he was just going to dance with it and just spend 20 seconds dribbling the ball and then shoot up a floater. Thankfully, he made a bunch of them against the Brooklyn Nets, but that's not the offense you want to live with. The only guy I'm willing to live with that with is, of course, Jaylen Brunson. Jordan Clarkson, not so much. Okay, Hazy said, Jordan has been a huge difference maker. Absolutely. Want to see him continue to play well here. Stay S, what's up, Stay? Paul Dog NYC, what's up, Paul? Appreciate you. Darnell said, the Knicks can shoot the 3 ball. and then we'll have to shoot the three ball to win in the playoffs. Yeah, I mean, look, man, you have to be a good perimeter shooting team in order to be a good modern basketball team, right? Like, you also have to be good at other things as well. The Knicks are dominating the glass. They're one of the best rebounding teams in the league. They're moving the ball well, but a lot is being made of them upping their three-point frequency so far this year. They've also upped their rim attempt frequency this year. Last year, they lived and died out of the mid-range, and that's partly because Mikal Bridges settled for a lot of mid-range jumpers. Jaylen Brunson had the ball in his hands a lot more, and he couldn't always get to the rim, so he had to shoot a lot of mid-range jumpers, which both of those guys are excellent at shooting that, but you don't want to live off of twos, off of difficult two-point shots. This offense has prioritized three-point shooting, but also rim attempts, and the rim attempts are up this year in comparison to last year. We're mostly going to end here with Landry Shamet. Shamet's been very invaluable off the bench. He's just a solid 3-and-D dude. He's not going to play a ton of minutes most nights, but he will get in the game. He will be effective. And just his offensive ingenuity, his good basketball feel and whatnot, his competitiveness and his feistiness defensively allows a guy like Landry Shamet. He's only about 6'5" as a shooting guard, which is decent size for a shooting guard, but allows him to guard up sometimes. But his three-point shooting is really the thing, because his movement three-point shooting it at about 40% clip so far this year, it has been super important for this team, mostly because the other big offseason acquisition for the New York Knicks has not really helped them out too much, and Guerschon Yabusele. And we talked about Guerschon Yabusele. Right now he's the 10th man in the rotation, which means he's the odd man out. Some nights he's not even going to get minutes. 2 points, 2.7 rebounds, 0.1 assists. There's really not much to go over here. Not shooting it well, as you can see. Part of the reason why he's now found himself on the outside looking in terms of the rotation. We will see how much longer Guerschon Yabusele has on this team, because if you're the New York Knicks, you will shop him. You will look to improve the roster, because this is your championship year, and you can't wait around for a guy to eventually figure it out. You got to hit the ground running, right? We lost 3 games in a row earlier in the year, and people were ready to fire Mike Brown. This is not the kind of year where we can just wait. Can't really afford that. So Yabusele has until February to figure something out. Now, even if he does figure it out, does not mean he's necessarily going to be a part of the rotation. He may just be the odd man looking in, as Mike Brown's going to settle into around the 9-man rotation, but we will see. Panama Ray, what's up, Panama Ray? Just checking in. What's the 5, brother? We'll see. We're going to have to see, Panama. We get over to John Morant. I did not look it up. We will look it up in a second. We have about 15 minutes until tip-off. So as a matter of fact, I'm going to pull it up here before we start breaking down the Grizzlies here, which, of course, we're going to start with John Morant. And boy, oh boy, do we have some stuff to talk about with John Morant. Did anybody look it up? Who is starting for Mitchell Robinson tonight? I'll tell you right now. Did Begley post it? Is that what the update is about? Landry Shamet is getting the start. That hurts my soul a little bit. I would have preferred Deuce McBride. I mean, Shamet's solid. He's going to get the start tonight, okay. Would have really preferred Deuce McBride in the starting lineup, but we're going to get Landry Shamet. Good opportunity for Shamet to step up. It's not that big of a deal, mostly because Mike Brown tends to make the first substitution about 3-4 minutes into the game. Panama Ray said, any chance we can get Isaiah Stewart at the deadline? Zero chance, Panama Ray. Zero chance. Isaiah Stewart is playing extremely well for the first place seed Detroit Pistons. There's zero reason why they would even look to trade Isaiah Stewart. But let's get to John Morant. John Morant's having a very down year. You start looking at the shooting percentages. Like, you look 20 points, 8 assists. All right, a little bit of a down year statistically for him. But then you start looking at his shooting splits. 38% from the field. Woof. 12.8% from three-point range. My brother, did you forget how to put the orange thing inside of the other orange thing? Hip-hop beats, what's up, hip-hop? Let's go, Knicks. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. K. Hazy said, you can tell Ja's unhappy, 96% from the free throw, but that field goal percentage. Yeah, look, man, we're now about 10 games into the year, and you're still shooting sub 40% from the field. It will go higher as the season comes up. He did not forget how to play basketball, but you could tell, and he's not 6'9". I don't know why I have that at 6'9". He's about 6'2". I got to change that. But you could tell with John Morant that he's just very clearly not happy right now. Just that's a Shamet? Guessed it right. Yeah, unfortunately it's Shamet. I would have preferred Deuce McBride, but all right, Landry Shamet. It's that time to step up. Time to step up. He's probably going to get the John Morant matchup, or maybe they're going to go with Bridges to start the game. I would not put that put that on Mikal Bridges to start the game, right? We've seen him as the point of attack defender. Has not gone particularly well last year, but John Morant is struggling mightily. Also, the damn near 4 turnovers a game to the 8 assists, 2-to-1 assist to turnover ratio I talk about all the time is not a good turnover ratio in the NBA for a starting point guard who should be a star. I mean, John Morant is a star. Box office, he's a ticket draw, all of the things. Part of the reason why Memphis likely isn't going to look into trade scenarios with him unless he flat out demands it, but you could tell he's not happy. They just fired their coach last year and hired a guy they were all seemingly really excited about in Lasalo. They didn't really interview anybody else. They just kind of went right with Lasalo. And now John Morant's not happy with that. And he's not the only guy not really happy with that, because speaking of, we get Jaren Jackson Jr., who's also having a little bit of a down year. 17 points per game. With Desmond Bane now traded, this ain't really what I want to see from Jaren Jackson Jr. 38% from three-point range, solid. 53% from the floor, solid. 82% from the foul line, solid. So the shooting splits are there, but the volume is not. And I did see an interview with Lasalo where he talked about, like, yeah, Jaren Jackson Jr.'s overall numbers are a bit down. And we'll get to this number right here. Give me a second. His overall numbers are a bit down, but that's because he's being a lot, we're moving the ball around more, and he's being a lot more efficient. And it's like, brother, he's your second best player on the team. We will take slightly less efficient Jaren Jackson Jr. for more production. That is the point of stars in the NBA. My man, you are not in Europe anymore. Jaren Jackson Jr., 5.3 rebounds per game is disgusting as a starting power forward / center in the NBA. This can't be your number. This can't be your number. Karl Anthony Towns is now a starting power forward, starting alongside one of the best rebounders in the NBA, and he still finds his way to 13 rebounds a game. Still finds himself in double-digit rebounds a night, and you're getting half of that at 5.3. Like, these, you are not pursuing rebounds at all. This is just the ball finding its way into your hands. This is a disgusting stat. He's always struggled with this. He's also struggling, again, as always, with foul issues. He's been very foul-prone so far in his career, and it has continued this season, if not has even gotten worse so far this year. Hip-Hop said, Ja is a complete distraction to that team, and the jumper has gotten worse every year. The production is not worth the headache over there in Memphis. I mean, it might be. He is bringing in a lot of money for them. He is selling out the arena for them. He is getting fans to come to the games to watch him. It might be worth it. Literally. It literally might be worth it financially for them to have Ja, even though he's been a headache for them. But Jaren Jackson Jr. is really, really struggling. Jackson has continued to improve on things he already does well, but he has yet to significantly improve on the weaknesses, and that's something that I think is a great point past me. Jaren Jackson Jr., I mean, he is getting more efficient from the field. He is being a little bit better of an offensive player. He is shooting it better from three-point range. The percentages continues to go up. He is a good rim protector. The issue is the weakness has always been rebounding, and it's getting worse. The weakness with Jaren Jackson Jr. has always been foul trouble, and it's only getting worse as the career goes on. Something's got to give here with Memphis. Your two stars really struggling. Zach Edey is an important player for this team, has barely played so far in his NBA career. When you are 7'4", injuries just seem to follow you, especially when you're a big plotting 7'4" guy. Zach Edey trying to get up and down the court at the speed and pace that the NBA is playing at right now, really struggles at it. Now, he's been hurt for a while. He's going to come back at some point this year. Hopefully, he has a healthy career. But Zach Edey still remains out with the injury. Very difficult to evaluate him as a player and also this team when your starting center has only played a handful of games in his career. Get over to Jalen Wells. Jalen Wells is having a pretty disappointing start to his sophomore season. It might be the sophomore slump of sophomore slumps. He might be the new Jaime Jaquez Jr. 9 points per game, 4 rebounds, 1.5 assists, not making any drastic improvements to last year. As a matter of fact, regressing a bit with 33% from the field and 24% from three-point range after being damn near a 40% three-point shooter last year for them on the catch and shoot. And John Morant missed a sizable portion of last year, and he still managed to shoot a very high percentage from three. Really struggling this year to find himself. He is starting to come around a little bit more in the past couple of games, but they're really not going to do anything if they can't get anything out of John Morant, Jaren Jackson Jr., or Jalen Wells, who I would consider the 3 best players. There is a guy that may be in the running for it. Joe, what's up, Joe? My man, K. Hazy, my man, Relic of the Soul. Appreciate you. Get over to Ty Jerome, who remains out with an injury, has yet to play so far this year. Unfortunate for them, he was their big offseason acquisition, supposed to come in and help fill in the void that Desmond Bane left. And without him, again, bereft of depth, they're really, really struggling. And speaking of being bereft of depth, I mean, KCP is available, but just real quickly, Santi Aldama is also available. We'll get to it. KCP, coming over in the Desmond Bane trade from Orlando, still struggling to find his shot. He's at 32 years old now, so maybe age is starting to catch up with him a little bit. He was also a little bit injury-prone earlier in his career. Kwame Robertson, what's up, Kwame? Mr. Sports said, Landry Shamet, we got Diawara to go. Come on, brother. We'll get there with Diawara. KCP, still struggling a little bit. He's supposed to be a three-point marksman and a defensive matchup, but he's supposed to be the prototypical 3-and-D guy. Hasn't necessarily been that at all for Orlando. He was wearing the Orlando jersey. He wasn't that for Orlando at all, but he's also not that for Memphis. He is shooting it a little bit better than he did in Orlando, but team still struggling overall. Him still struggling to find the perimeter shot as well. Get over to Santi Aldama, and I really like Santi Aldama, but few things are going right for the Grizzlies. Aldama has been more of the same, but the shooting splits are down across the board to start the year, and you could say this a lot about the Memphis Grizzlies getting off to a poor start. They're 4-7 on the season, 43% from the field and 30% from three-point range, a 7-foot power forward. They kind of have him playing out of position because of all the injuries that they've suffered, so now he's going to play some small ball 5. You could tell he does not have the physique to play small ball 5. He's going to struggle tonight against guys like Karl-Anthony Towns and whoever else they bring off the bench, probably a Yabusele. Yabusele could bully ball his way a little bit, but he does have the size and the length to deal with it. He's supposed to be a stretch big, and when you don't do that part well, your role on the team starts to get looked at sideways. 12 points per game is fine. 6.3 rebounds is okay. 30% from three-point range. This is your main priority as a stretch big in the NBA, especially coming off the bench. You got to be able to knock down the perimeter shot, and not doing so is really hurting the team, especially when you start throwing in guys like KCP also not doing it, really hurting the team overall. Scottie Pippen Jr. is not available tonight. He is also out with injury. More injuries hurting the depth of the Memphis Grizzlies. King Free, what's up, King Free? Let's go, Knicks. Yes, sir. Christopher Baskerville, what's up, Chris? Namar, what's up, Namar? Cedric Coward is the guy who has been the lone bright spot for the Memphis Grizzlies so far this year. The rookie out of Washington State. Look at this man. Look how happy. Look how joyful he is. That man is bringing joy to Grizzlies fans everywhere. 15 points per game so far, 5.8 rebounds, 2.8 assists. He looks like a legit star in the making. 43% from three-point range, 55% from the field. Teams will 91%, 50, 40, 90 so far for Cedric Coward to start his career. Coward is one of the one thing going well for Memphis. He looks like he has real star potential. It's not just like a rookie, like Jalen Wells last year was a rookie who got off to a really nice start, and we were like, hey, look, they found a player. Cedric Coward looks like he has real star potential. Like if he continues on this trajectory of development that he seems like he has, Cedric Coward's going to be named multi-time All-Star, right? He has all the tools. He's already a 3-level scorer. He's an older rookie, spent 4 years in college. Very polished game so far, with obviously more room to grow as a ball handler and attacker of the basket. Very smooth, glides right to the rim. Very excited to watch him tonight. Obviously, I hope he doesn't play too well against our New York Knicks tonight, but very excited to watch the rookie go to work because I've heard nothing but positive things about Cedric Coward. Chris said another early night tonight for the starters. I'm calling it. We'll see. They're 4-7. It's not like they're the Wizards who are 1-9. They have star potential. They have stars on the team. Jaren Jackson Jr. can get hot at any point. They have shooters who can get hot at any point, like Cedric Coward, like KCP, like Santi Aldama. They have guys who can knock down threes. They just haven't so far this year. And so my but something that I always think about when you go up against teams with shooters and slumps is there's nothing that can break you out of a shooting slump quite like the bright lights of Madison Square Garden. You just get a different energy and a different feel as a shooter, right? AP, what's up, AP? We need to start creating distance in the standings. It is 10 games into the season, AP. Just continue to play well, my brother. Just continue to play well. And that's going to wrap up our little pregame spiel. Should be a fun game, especially to start. We'll see how Ja Morant looks. Again, don't discount the bright lights of Madison Square Garden. I'm telling you, of all of the struggles, of all of the distractions that Ja Morant has created for this team, best believe he knows where he's at right now. In Gotham, in Madison Square Garden. The lights are bright. Don't be surprised if he has a very good game tonight. Nick Yak, what's up, Yak? This will be a high pace for sure. Definitely. Definitely. Darnell, what's up, Darnell? Jose NYC, what's up, Jose? You've outdone yourself tonight. That shirt is psychedelic. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. Angela Harding, what's up, Angela? How was your day? Day was solid. It was solid. How was your day, Angela? Chris said, I need 10 from Clarkson tonight. What do you think? I think that's a lock, brother. I think you're good on that. Not too many. They don't have great defense coming off the bench, this Grizzlies team. So when Jordan Clarkson does come into the game, I do expect him to go off a little bit, especially with the way he's been playing and the way he's been shooting. But here we go. We are going to be getting ready for the tip-off soon. They do want to give. It's Military Appreciation Night. I put it in the chat earlier, but salute to all and any veterans in the chat here on Veterans Day. Appreciate y'all. Joe said, long season. Great coverage, Jeffrey. I'm always more impressed. Let's go, Knicks. Appreciate you, Joe. Appreciate you. I try my best. Kwame Robertson. I'm speaking too quickly. Kwame Robertson said, in 3 games, the Knicks could be the #1 seed by next week. Look, man, the Pistons are playing well. We got a subscription from Yules Rain. What's up, Yules? Appreciate you. Appreciate you. The Knicks are sitting alone as the 2nd seed. Since we're bringing it up and you guys want to look at the standings, I guess we got to look at the standings. Let's look at it real quick. We can go through it. Chris Baskerville said, since Mitch is out tonight, that means he's definitely playing tomorrow, right? Yes. Yes. So Mitchell Robinson's not going to play in both games in back-to-backs. You pick one of them. And I agree with the Knicks' decision that I think it's more necessary for him to play tomorrow against a bigger team in Orlando versus tonight against a size-challenged Memphis Grizzlies team. Darren Michelle, what's up, Darren? Stay said Robinson isn't playing, got voided on my parlay. You got to know on the first night of a back-to-back, Stay, that he's likely not going to play tonight. You got to stay away from him when he's on a back-to-back situation. AP said, is the pregame show and the main game show the same show, or is it separate? It is the same show. It is the same show. It is the same stream. It's all one giant conglomeration. It's easier to do it that way rather than splitting it up because the pregame show is only going to be about 30, 35 minutes. So might as well just do it all at once. Stay said, we played last night. Am I drunk? They did not play last night. They played tomorrow night, Stay. So it's the first night of a back-to-back, and they decided to not play him tonight so that they can play him tomorrow night. Yeah, I said if Edie was playing, maybe Mitch plays this one, but tomorrow is a conference game. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. You know, with Edie out, Jaren Jackson Jr. is not a good rebounder. Santi Aldama's the backup big. They have no Brandon Clark. I agree with the decision. They're not a good rebounding team, and you don't need Mitchell Robinson against this team in order to beat them or out-rebound them. Christopher Baskerville, my guy, he's dressed like Walker Bronx Ranger. You already know, brother. Shout out to Memphis, Tennessee. We had to come correct. Stay said, oh no, Yabu's going to play? Look, man, we need Yabu to play well for a multitude of reasons. Number one, if he starts playing well, it's really going to help this team. But number two, if we can get him to start playing well, it's going to help his trade value, and maybe we can get another player come the deadline. Who knows? We'll see. Jose NYC reminding people of the like button. Appreciate you, Jose. Yes, you're in the show, in the stream here tonight. You haven't yet hit the like button. Please go ahead, hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're enjoying the content. We stream Monday through the weekend. We take one day off. We got 6 streams a week, 6 shows a week. We watch every single Knicks game, but in between Knicks games, we try to go around the league and watch some of the best basketball we can. Last night, we had a great game. Last night. We watched Miami win it on a buzzer-beating alley-oop dunk to Andrew Wiggins in overtime over the Cleveland Cavaliers. So, James Mason, what's up, James? Glad to see you go. Glad to see you go, Knicks. Glad to see you back in the chat, James. Feel like it's been a while since I've seen you, brother. I said we're going to look at the standings, and then I didn't click on the standings button. But the Knicks are sitting alone as the 2 seed. Part of the reason they're sitting alone is because they've only played 9 games, while other teams have played 10 or 11 games. Actually, 11 games. The Knicks had like 3 days off here during the 7-game homestand, which is a little weird quirk thing in the scheduling. But either way, the Knicks in at 6-3. while everyone else has at least 4 losses in the East, except for the number 1 seed, the Detroit Pistons, who struggled to beat the Washington Wizards the other night. I did say that the Detroit Pistons are likely to probably hold on to that number 1 seed unless they go on a little bit of a slide here, because they have a pretty easy schedule first half of the year. Their second half of the year schedule is a lot harder in terms of strength of schedule. But, you know, we'll see how that plays out. I'm not going to be too concerned about schedule watch until we get like 30-ish games in, at least 20. Got like another 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks before I really start paying attention to the standings. But as for now, like AP said, you want to be as high as possible and you want as much separation from the bottom as possible. But I'm not worried about this group. I'm really just worried about the top 3. You want to be at number 1 come towards the end of the year. But we're going to have to wait and see it. Yak said Yabu is owed $6 million next year. He better start playing better or a huge mistake. I don't know if it's a huge mistake, but mistake nonetheless. Yeah, mistake nonetheless. You know, you probably could have taken that money and picked somebody else up. But, you know, pretty decent value play. Chi-Chi, what's up, Chi-Chi? Salute to my veterans. I'm not a vet, but my Call of Duty game is official. Appreciate you, Chi-Chi. Appreciate you. Nazdalan, what's up, Nazdalan? AB said, let's win our division. Who do we have to worry about in our division? Boston, we don't have to really worry about anymore. Toronto, we don't have to worry about. Philly's in our division, right? We don't have to really worry about Philly. I told you guys earlier, I think Philly's, and obviously we don't have to worry about Brooklyn. I forgot they were in the division. Doug Fresh, what's up, Doug Fresh? I think the Knicks are pretty safe to win their division, right? I think winning the conference is the biggest question. Chris said TJ's back tonight. Oh, snap. The league better watch out. Indiana about to go on a run. I'll tell you that. He about to lead them to some victories. He is accustomed to playing with some G League guys going back to his Philadelphia 76ers trust the process days. Nazlan, how you been, Nazlan? How you doing tonight? Got a little bit of a later start with the jump ball because they had a couple of things to go through over on the MSG production. They were celebrating Military Appreciation Night because of Veterans Day, and they were also paying homage and moment of silence for and celebrating the lives of both Lenny Wilkens and Michael Ray Richardson, who both passed away. Chris said TJ and Ray J, they should dominate. They should dominate. Yak said, I was hoping Yabu would be a better Precious, but when I seen all of him in Dubai, 285 pounds. Yeah. I mean, look, man, he's a big dude. He's always been a big dude. He's always been a big dude. You really got him to be a stretch big who can attack a closeout. He hasn't necessarily been that. He's not knocking down the three-point shot. He's also not attacking the basket at all, really. Just trying to figure out his role on this team. It's been a big adjustment for him, but not looking like it's going to work. It's not looking like it's working so far. Boom, pay, the process versus the answer. Daniel Tilson, what's up, Daniel? Big ups to Lenny, absolutely. Chi-Chi said, who can we get rid of to get Alvarado as a backup? I think they're good on undersized guards, Chi-Chi. I think they're good on undersized guards. If anything, they want another big man. Or bigger man, right? They would want a replacement for Yabusele at that position, right? As a big wing, stretch big, similar to that role. Jock Landale is the starter, along with Jaren Jackson Jr., Jalen Wells, KCP, and John Morant. So we're going to get ready for the tip-off here. Let's do it. Boom. Get our game cast going. Boom. Set that up there. And we are off and running. I don't think Jalen Wells is 6'8". They have him listed at 6'8". I don't think he's 6'8". Just looking at him standing next to other players out there, I don't think he's 6'8". I'm just going to put that out there. Jackson McBride's been a great backup point the minutes he gets there. Yeah. The combination of him and Clarkson out there have been more than serviceable. I don't think they need another backup guard right now. I think what they need is another backup big if they can get one. Especially for nights like tonight where Mitchell Robinson's going to be missing the game. Here we go. The Grizzlies win the tip. They're bringing it down. John Morant has it up top. Coming to his left off the screen. Cross-court pass. Jaren Jackson Jr. Right wing three over Anunoby, and he splashes it. Not necessarily the way you wanted to come out if you're a Knicks fan, but here we go. Where's my mic? Here we go. Jaylen Brunson bringing it down against Jalen Wells. Jalen on Jalen action. Brunson coming to his left off an Anunoby screen. Stops. Pump fake. Spins. Kicks it out to Bridges. Bridges swings it over to Anunoby. Jab step driving to his left down the lane. Kicks it over to Shamet on the relocation. Left corner three. He got open. Too strong. Can't get it to go. Fight for the rebound. KCP picks it up. He's going to bring it down. Middle of the court. Coming to his left. Crossing over to his right off the Lawndale screen. Mid-range pull-up jumper over Bridges on the late contest. And he gets it to go down. And a 5-0 start. Memphis getting off and running early. Brunson bringing it down. And I want to point out how beautiful this court is for the Knicks. Just absolutely stunning. If you guys have not seen it, go ahead and look it up online. It is absolutely gorgeous. Bridges coming to his right, hands it off to Anunoby, coming to his left, down the lane, goes up, lefty layup, got it to go. Where's my foul, too? Good attack from OG Anunoby, got right to the basket for the easy lefty layup. KCP up top, coming to his right, swings it over to Triple J, over to Ja. Ja has it up top, being guarded by Shamet, gets it over to Jackson. Jackson in the post against Anunoby, backing him down, stops, turns, spins, righty hook, gets it to go over OG. That's not a good matchup. I'd probably put Anunoby on Lawndale. I don't know if I like Anunoby on Jaren Jackson Jr. there. That's 3 straight baskets for the Memphis Grizzlies to get off to a 7-2 start. Brunson has it on the right wing, hands it off to Bridges. Bridges coming to his left up top to Anunoby. Anunoby over to Towns. Towns spots up for a 3. Lawndale doesn't get out there. They can't get it to go, but Shamet right there for the offensive rebound and putback as John Morant just falls asleep. John Morant, brother, what you doing? Not paying attention on defense. Here he is. He has it up top. Sprays it in the corner to Wells. He pump fakes, driving along the baseline. Pulls it back out. Gets it over to Lawndale. Foul line jumper over Towns, and he gets it to go. And the Grizzlies as a team remain perfect. 9 points, 4 for 4 from the field. Towns has it up top. Being guarded by Lawndale. Hands it off to Shamet. Coming to his left. Shamet driving it down. Gets it out to Bridges. Driving to his right. Gets into the mid-range. Goes under the basket. Kicks it out to Shamet. Extra pass to Anunoby. He's going to pump fake. Drive to his right. Leaning in. Euro step. Tries to go through, loses the handle, picks it back up over to Bridges. Deep right corner 3. Got it to go on the relocation. Bridges just shooting it so well from the corners. My goodness. Felt like that was too deep in the corner, but it didn't matter for Mikal. John Morant gets it into Jackson Jr. in the post. Backing down Anunoby. Backing him down. Stops. They bring a double team over. Has it in the corner. Forced to kick it back out to Morant. Cross-court pass over to Wells. Through his hands. They can't hold on to it. The Knicks trying to pick it up, but it's out of bounds off of Wells. Ball going back to the Knicks. The Grizzlies, very lackadaisical. I mean, they've knocked down some shots early, but very lackadaisical. Not a ton of, oomph or firepower so far to start. Bridges blows past KCP to the rim, draws the foul, and KCP is going to go to the foul line for 2 free throws. Love seeing Mikal Bridges being aggressive, getting to the basket, going for the layup. John Corley, what's up, John Corley? Happy to see you again, my man. Chi said, not feeling OG today. I need that jersey untucked ASAP. Yeah, he's got to lock in a little bit more. I mean, Jaren Jackson Jr. is a talented player. They are playing very much through Jaren Jackson Jr. right now, and I will say, John Morant does not look too happy about that. A lot of walking around for Ja so far to start the game. Bridges knocks down the first free throw. Misses the second free throw. We can't be missing free throws, Mikal. Come on, brother. John Morant bringing it down, coming to his right off the screen. They're going under the screens, ducking under it. Gets to the foul line, pull-up jumper for John Morant. And the first miss of the game for the Grizzlies are there from John Morant. Brunson brings it down, has it up top, coming to his right. Inside the Shamet, in the mid-range. Pump fakes, fly by. He steps back for a 3. Oh, my goodness. And he rattles it in. The audaciousness from Landry Shamet on that play right there. Pump fakes out of the mid-range just to get to that 3-point shot. Shamet knocks the ball loose from John Morant, dives for it. Morant picks it back up inside the Lawndale, goes up for the easy lefty layup. Great pass from John Morant. Good move from Lawndale. Tied at 11 now. Shamet has it. Coming to his left. Gets it over to Bridges. Bridges swings it over to Anunoby. No hesitation 3 over Jaren Jackson Jr. Too strong, can't get it to go. KCP with the rebound. Here comes John Morant bringing it down. Morant dancing with it. Gets it over to KCP. Tacking to his left. Kicks it in the corner. Wells in open corner 3. He can't get it to go. Anunoby has the rebound. Here comes Jaylen Brunson. Brunson bringing it down. Brunson has it on the left wing, being guarded by KCP. Hasn't taken a shot yet so far. Driving to his right. He's going to stop that here. No, he's going to kick out the Bridges for an open corner 3. Line me up again. Too strong, can't get it to go. Towns with the rebound, though. Kicks it out to Brunson. He spots up for a 3. Off of the offensive rebound. He can't get it to go. His first shot of the game is a miss. And now here come the Grizzlies bringing it down the other way. Jaren Jackson Jr. has it. Left wing, being guarded by Anunoby. crossing over to his right, attacking, and he throws it out to nobody. The Grizzlies look like a mess. They've knocked down some shots early. It's tied at 11, but their offense looks like a mess. They don't look connected right now. Bernard Johnson, what's up, Bernard? Brunson has it up top. Dancing with it, puts up the three. Nothing but net. Right over KCP, right between his eyes. Said, let me get one real quick. I missed one earlier that I normally make. Let me just make sure I get that one back. John Morant has it on the left wing, being guarded by Brunson. Dancing with it, coming to his left. In and out dribble, blows past Towns, puts up the floater over him along the baseline, and he got it to go. Tough move from John Morant, a go-to move. Vintage John Morant on that play. Brunson has it on the left wing, hands it off the Bridges over to Towns. Towns catches, pump fakes, driving to his left, putting his head down, Euro stepping, kicks it out to Shamet, extra pass to Anunoby, wide open in the corner, but he's going to pump fake out of it to drive to the rim, goes up strong, gets swatted at the rim by Londale, looking for the foul call. Good defense from Londale there. John Morant bringing it down. He has it up top. Morant's going to dance with it as Bridges picks him up. They get it into Londale, being guarded by Shamet. Down the lane, flips it up with the right hook, can't get it to go, but he is fouled by Landry Shamet to send him to the foul line for 2 free throws. We're going to get a timeout from the Knicks here. I want to talk a couple of things over, maybe slow the pace down just a little bit. Just a little bit. Darnell reminding people of the like button. Appreciate you, Darnell. That's right. If you're in the stream, enjoying the show so far, go ahead, hit the thumbs up, and like the stream. I'd very much appreciate it. Hip-Hop said bad foul by Shamet. Yeah, not a good foul, but, you know, he was mismatched. He's guarding a 7-footer in Santi Aldama. Right? Botting up with him in the post. MBM said anxiety level type high? Really? Really? I mean, look, I told you, don't count out the Grizzlies just because they've been subpar so far this year. They're 4-7. They have a couple wins under their belt. Not like they're the Wizards. Mark L. What's up, Mark L? Joe said, hell yeah. We had to move a couple mountains in the kind of flawed man it's on now. Good time out for Mike Brown, right? Good time to slow things down a little bit, talk a couple things over. I would expect maybe a substitution or two to come in after this timeout. Mike Brown is the kind of guy who likes to make quick substitutions in a game. I would probably expect Josh Hart to come to the game here, or Shamet at some point, very quickly, very early. Just as Dad said, like the stream like that. I knew this one was going to be a banger tonight. I knew it. You know what's crazy is every single time I'm about to go live, I go look at the clothes rack that I have, and I go, oh my God, what am I going to wear tonight? And it's like 5 minutes before stream. 5 minutes before I press the go live button, I'm like, what am I wearing? I don't even know. Every time, never fails. I don't pick the outfits in advance. Every single time, it never fails. Just that said he would wear that hat anytime we play a team from Texas. So Memphis, Texas has to be the place, right? Tennessee, Texas, close enough. Yeah, Tennessee's close enough. I mean, Tennessee is also known to be a little bit of a cowboy nation, right? Made sense to me. Made sense to me. Right? Isn't Tennessee home of like country music? Made sense to me. Made sense to me. Yak said McBride should come in. I would expect some substitution to come in here. Let's see. Doesn't look like it. Bodega Prime, what's up, Prime? Trevor doesn't pick the outfits pick him. That's so true, Bodega Prime, that's so true. I just look at the rack and I just go, what's calling out to me tonight? What haven't we worn in a while? What can I match with what? What tie's gonna go with what? That's so true. That's so true, Bodega Prime. Aldama's at the foul line. Knocks down the first one. He's got another one coming. Yvette Passad, what's up, Yvette? Bernard Johnson, howdy, partner, howdy. Aldama goes 2 for 2 from the foul line. Memphis Grizzlies back in front, approaching the halfway point here. We're just under 7 minutes to go. Brunson gets it over to Towns, back to Brunson. Brunson up top, coming to his left off the Towns screen. Driving it down against KCP in the corner. Kicks it over to Anunoby. Pump fakes. Driving it down along the baseline. Shoves it over to Towns. Towns leans in. Throws up the hook. Can't get it to go. But a foul on Lawndale. It's going to send Towns to the foul line for 2 free throws. Darnell said, you're the only one dressed up. Good luck. Good luck, hat, true Knicks. I just think it's a fun part of doing a show. What is the point of doing the show if we just gonna show up in t-shirts and hoodies every night? Come on, man. That's not a shot at anybody because everybody does that. But this is a fun part of the show, right? A little different. I look a little different. Feels good. Feels good to be dressed up. Towns knocks down the first free throw. Ties it back at 15. Pretty low-scoring game for the Knicks. Pretty low-scoring start so far here tonight. 6:40 to go. Towns knocks down the first one, knocks down the second one. Sitting with only 16 points. Ja Morant bringing it down, being guarded by Bridges. Coming to his left off a Lawndale screen. Pass fake, gets it over to Aldama. Hands it off to KCP. Steps behind the screen. Puts up the 3, can't get it to go. Lawndale, the offensive rebound, rushes it. Just smokes a layup under the basket. Bridges, home run pass over to Brunson. Driving it down. Euro steps, loses the handle from JB. Maybe KCP knocked it away. But here come the Grizzlies. Ja Morant, full head of steam. Gets to the middle of the lane. Stops, turns, kicks it in the corner. That Cedric Coward, a 3. Came right in, firing away. Can't get it to go. Towns with a good box down a rebound. Here comes Jaylen Brunson, quickly pushing it the other way. Now we're at the halfway point with 6 minutes to go. Brunson hands it off to Towns. He's going to catch. Pump fake, blows right past Jog Lawndale as he maybe just lost his footing. Towns gets the easy two-handed slam out of it, attacking out of the top of the key. Morant, no look past the Coward, catches, pump fakes, driving to his left, middle of the lane, kicks it over to KCP, left corner. He's going to pump fake and drive the baseline, leans in, throws up the floater, got it to go. You don't see KCP nowadays attacking too much off the bounce like that, but he got that floater to go down. Towns has it up top. He's going to catch and pump fake again, drive to his left again against Lawndale, goes up with the layup, can't get it to go. Bridges with the tip up and in, though. Get back on defense, Towns. Get up and get back. 5-on-4 as Towns is hustling to get back to get over to Lawndale. He's going to fire up a 3. I think the Knicks will live with that. Long rebound over to Towns, and now here come the Knicks quickly pushing the other way. 3-point lead for them. Bridges has it on the left wing, up top to Brunson. Brunson dancing around a Towns screen, pulls it back. Coward knocks it out of bounds. Good defense from Cedric Coward. Hip-Hop Beat said Ja got away with a big-time travel there. It did look like a travel, Hip-Hop. It did look like a travel. I didn't want to say nothing, but it did look like a travel. It looked like he lifted that pivot foot a couple of times. Towns is going to sub out here. He's the first substitution out. Him and OG Anunoby. Anunoby's dripping sweat right now. He's hustling his butt off. We're out there with Yabusele and Josh Hart have subbed in for Towns and Anunoby. Yabusele has it up top. Hands it off to Shamet. Coming to his left. A pull-up 3 for Landry Shamet. Got it to go. Landry Shamet. The correct call. I was talking smack about it. I prefer Deuce McBride, but the correct call from Mike Brown, Landry Shamet, has been on fire so far to start the night. Coward has it on the left wing. Cross-court pass over to Aldama. Catches. Pump fake to run him off the line. Over in the corner. Who's that? Vince Williams Jr., 3 out of the right corner. Got it to go. Answers the 3 right back. Anything you can do, I can do offense right there. Josh Hart bringing it down the other way. Also, the Knicks wearing their statement uniforms right now. Their city edition uniforms, I should say. Beautiful uniforms. Brunson driving it down. Puts up the floater. Hit it off the front rim. Gets a nice friendly bounce as he gets it to go down. Knicks up by 5 here, 25-24, 30 to go here in the first quarter. Jackson Jr. attacking. Yabusele of the bounce, leans in, goes to the floater off glass with the left hand, got it to go. Jaren Jackson Jr. very ambidextrous. Brunson bringing it down. Crosses over to his right on Jalen Wells. Up top to Josh Hart. They swing it over to Bridges on the left wing. Bridges being guarded by Coward. Coming to his right up the Yabu screen. Over to Shamet. Extra pass to Josh Hart. Josh Hart ran off the corner. Driving it down, hands it off to Bridges, curling to his right, down the lane, back up top, Josh Hart, wide open 3, line me up, big Josh. Off the back rim, can't get it to go. Long rebound finds its way out to Wells. Wells bringing it down, left side of the court, Bridges will pick him up. Wells up top to Coward. Coward swings it over to Jackson Jr., being guarded by Brunson. He's going to put him in the post. You got to bring the double team. Inside pass to Aldama. Good cut from Aldama. He gets the layup and the and one. Great cut from Aldama. Brunson can't be the guy on the back end looking to be in help side as I never restarted the timer. 3:47 to go here in the first quarter. Aldama's going to go to the foul line for one more. 25-24. Kay Hazy said our defense really is bad. It's pretty bad so far tonight, but you know what? That just shows the value of one Mitchell Robinson. I'll tell you that. Now, Dama misses the free throw, but Cedric Coward with the offensive rebound over Josh Hart, and he draws the foul. He's going to go to the foul line for 2 more free throws. Some more free points for the Grizzlies here. They can convert. Come on, Big Josh. You can't be the guy giving up offensive rebounds to rookies. Too good of a rebounder. Too good of a rebounder. Coward knocks down the first free throw. Darnell said, let's play the bench. They don't get this shot. McBride has checked in. Coward knocks down both free throws, giving the Grizzlies a 1-point lead here. Under 4 to go. Josh Hart up top, driving to his right. Picks up his handle, up top to Brunson. Brunson quickly coming to his left off the Yabu screen. Jab step, reverses it. Steps back for a 3. Brunson splashes it. Nothing but net. JB, goddamn. 2 threes for Jaylen Brunson to start the game. Get it over to Coward. Coward dancing with it on the right wing. Up top. Now back to Coward. Coward over to Jaren Jackson Jr. He's got McBride on him. Spins along the baseline. Nope. Keeps that pivot foot alive. One dribble. He's got nowhere to go. Almost throws it away. Finds its way out to Wells. Wells a little mid-range pull-up jumper. Can't get it to go. Brunson with the rebound knocked out of his hands. Ball still loose. Josh Hart rips it away. Of course. Thank you, Josh Hart. Getting the 80-20 balls. Josh Hart putting his head down. Attacking Jackson Jr. off the bounce. Takes the contact. Gets the shot up at the basket. He's going to go to the foul line for 2 free throws. And that's 1 foul on Jaren Jackson Jr., who averages about 4.5 a game. When we come back from this full Grizzlies timeout, we will have 2 free throws from Josh Hart. With just 3 minutes to go. 2:59 exactly. 3 minutes to go here. We'll take our timer down. Hip Hop said, every time Josh Hart shoots the ball, I hold my breath. I don't know. I'm happy he's shooting it a lot more consistently so far this year. Hopefully that maintains, because we know he's the kind of guy who can lose confidence very quickly in his jump shot, start turning down open ones. Justice Dad said, City Court is plain and simple. I kind of like it if it was permanent. I love the City Court right now. I'm loving it, Justice Dad. The only thing I will say I'm not too big of a fan of, they have I don't even know what it is. It's like this shadow or this outline outside of the 3-point line. It kind of makes it look like a 4-point line surrounding the 3-point line. I don't really like that. Actually, maybe let me see if I can pull it up here so you guys can see what I'm talking about. But that's the only thing about this court right now that I'm not really vibing with. MBM said Josh is shooting it better. He is shooting it better, but it is the start of the year. He goes through these stretches where he shoots it well, and then he loses confidence, and then he just turns down shots and doesn't shoot it at all. Yak said Hart being Hart. Very much so. Very much so. Knicks City Court. That's the logo. That's that. That's that. I want to see the full court. That might be a good enough picture. Okay, this is a picture. Yeah, here we go. Let me show you guys this. This is what this is very, very blurry though. This is what the City Court looks like. This area right here, oh, it says New York. That's what it is. I could do without this. I could do without this New York across the 3-point line. It makes it look like it's a 4-point line all the way out here. I don't like it. I don't like it. It probably looks really nice here as a graphic, but then laid out on the court, I don't like it. I don't really like it. Everything else I'm a fan of. I even like the little parquet-ness that they have here inside the 3-point line. I love the logo. The logo is phenomenal to me. I love the blue paint with the orange lines. I love that. I love everything about it except for the New York logo across the 3-point line. Love everything about it. I love the darker edges on the baseline, the outers, the out-of-bounds portion. I love that. Yak said it's awesome Friday. Back to horrible cup. Horrible court. Cup court. Horrible cup court. That's what it is. Yeah. Not good. They're not good. They're not good for sure. Justice Dad said, if the Knicks lose on this court, I hate it. True. Very true. Very true. Gotta have a winning tradition in order to like the thing. I will also say I'm loving the Knicks City Edition jerseys as well. Very plain, very simple. It's the white, blue trim on the outside of the jerseys. They have the black stripe coming down the side with the orange outline of it. I do like it. I do like it a lot. And it's not black, it's blue. The blue stripe coming down the side. I do like it. I like it a lot. They should just bring back the 90s and early 2000s jerseys. I don't know why it's taking us so long. Just bring those back. Everybody's bringing back their go-to jerseys. The Knicks have to bring back their go-to jerseys as well. Josh Hart knocked down the first free throw. Appreciate that. Thank you for knocking down your free throw so far, Knicks. Except for you, Mikal Bridges. He missed one. Josh Hart knocks down both of them. Thank you, Josh. That's how it's done. The Grizzlies bringing it down the other way. Cedric Coward up top over to Vince Williams. Vince Williams over to Coward. Swing through to his right. Pulls it back. Coming to his left. Cross court over to Aldama. Aldama driving it down inside the Lawndale. Goes up for the reverse layup. Got it to go. The Knicks out there, very small lineup. Tallest player on the court is Yabusele and Anunoby at 6'8". Josh Hart has it up top. Coming to his right. Over to Brunson. Brunson being guarded by Jalen Wells. Coming to his right off the Yabu screen. Pull up three for Brunson. He's clearly feeling it from the perimeter so far. That's his 4th-3 of the first quarter here. Vince Williams will bring it down off the Brunson miss. Cross court over to Aldama. Swings it over to Coward. Back inside to Aldama for the easy layup. And the Knicks defense is getting ran over right now. Very poor Knicks defense right now. Good Grizzlies offense, but very poor Knicks defense right now. Brunson has it up top, being guarded by Wells. Get it over to Anunoby. Jab step, driving to his right, down the lane. Scoop layup off glass. Got it to go down. Just very easy drive for OG Anunoby, blowing right past Aldama, getting the easy layup to go. Vince Williams Jr. up top, hands it off to Wells. Wells coming to his left, picks up his handle, spins, got nowhere to go. Good ball denial from the Knicks to get it out to Aldama. Aldama over to Coward. Coward is going to spot it for a deep three on the left wing. Can't get it to go. Yabusele comes in for the rebound, and here comes OG Anunoby. Think if you're Yabusele, you got to grab that and go, brother. Don't wait for a guard. Don't wait for a ball handler. I know you got a little handle on you. Anunoby steps back for a straightaway three off the Yabusele handoff. Rebound, too strong, can't get it to go. Knocked out of bounds by Lawndale. It's going to remain with the Knicks. Knicks with a 2-point lead here, 32-30, a back-and-forth affair. Some bad defense from the Knicks so far to start here tonight. Just that said, refs are letting a lot go. They are. I like it. David Oz Jr., what's up, David? Appreciate you, brother. Hip-Hop said, our defense is bad so far tonight. So far it's not great. They get it into Josh Hart, left corner. He's going to pump fake. Gets it out to Yabusele. Yabusele hands it off to Brunson, coming to his left. KCP struggling to keep up with him. They get it out to McBride. A straightaway three for Deuce McBride over Cam Spencer. Got it to go down for Deucey. There you go, Big Deuce. Big time shot for Deuce McBride. His first shot of the game. Got it to go down. Cross-court pass over to Cam Spencer and a turnover for Ja Morant. Tried to hit the cross-court pass over to Cam Spencer. Way too hard, way too high. Turns it over. He has been a bit of a turnover machine so far this season. Averaging almost 3.7 a game for Ja Morant. Brunson bringing it down. The Knicks are out there with Brunson, Anunoby, Yabusele, Hart, and McBride. Brunson up top coming to his left off a Hart screen. Slip pass to Josh Hart. Josh Hart down low to Anunoby along the baseline. He's going to go in with the little reverse jam. Okay, put a little sauce on it. I see you, OG. Knicks quickly up by 7 here. They're approaching that 40-point quarter. This is what you want to see. Knicks on a 7-0 run here. Get a stop, hit a three. Give me a 40-point quarter yet again. Ja Morant has it on the right wing. Pulls it back out. Up top to Cam Spencer, being guarded by McBride. Spencer coming to his right, hands it off to Morant. McBride switches on to Morant. Step back straightaway three. He's been misfiring all year. Continues to misfire. Yabusele with the rebound. Josh Hart will bring it down, pushing the pace, putting his head down, attacking. Euro steps down the lane, draws the foul and one. Give me a 40-point quarter. Give me another one. Keep lining them up. Line them up. Give me another 40 ball. Another 40-point quarter. Give it to me. I want it. Give it to me. Give me what I want. Hip-Hop says Josh's jumper is atrocious. Nick's starting to hoop right now. Starting to swish and dish. Kenny McLeod, what's up, Kenny? Nice drafted by Josh. He's playing very well. Chi said, why is Mitchell Robinson in street clothes? You're never going to get me to call him that, Chi, because he's the most impactful player on the court. He's not playing back-to-back. We know this already, Chi. Come on, brother. Have respect for my guy. The most pivotal player on the team, outside of the stars, obviously. Because we need him tomorrow against Orlando. That's why, brother. Put some respect on Mitchell Robinson's name, Chi. How's Jonas Valanciunas playing? Exactly. You don't know, because nobody gives a damn about no Jonas Valanciunas. Josh Hart knocks down his and one free throw, giving the Knicks a 40-point quarter. I love it. I love it. Ja Morant has it up top. About a 4-second difference between game clock and shot clock. Morant's going to wind it down as far as he can. Brunson switched on to Morant. Morant's going to dance with it. Gets it over to Cam Spencer in between his hands again, and Ja Morant very frustrated, telling Cam Spencer, stay there. What are you cutting for? But another turnover for Ja Morant. 8 seconds to go. The Knicks will have a enough time to get a nice quality shot off here. Hip Hop said Knicks are going to score 150 points tonight. The offense is starting to get it moving a little bit here in the second half of this first quarter. The defense needs a little bit of work. Brunson bringing it down against Wells. Coming to his left. KCP picks him up. Brunson driving it down in the lane. Throws up a tough floater against Jock Landale. Gets it to go, and that's going to end the quarter. Give me 42 points in a quarter. 40's not enough. I need 42. And that will end the first quarter. John Morant's turnover leads to another basket for the Knicks as they're now up by 12. I'm not even paying attention to how much they're up. I'm just paying attention to the fact that they scored 42 points in the first quarter. Nice, solid offensive first quarter for the Knicks. You'll want to see the defense start to pick up a little bit, and if that happens, the Knicks will very clearly pull away here tonight against the Memphis Grizzlies, who have been struggling so far to start the year. The Knicks are the better team, the much more healthier team. This Grizzlies team dealing with a lot of injuries. I need the Knicks. David House Jr. said 80-point half. Give it to me. Give me the 80-point half. I want to be as greedy as possible. Darnell said we want the bench. We want more Mo Diawara minutes. That's what we want. I want Mo Diawara. I want Pacom Dadie out there. That's what I want. That's what I want. We do got to go around the league, see who else is playing tonight. I don't think Detroit is playing, right? They're the only team really to pay super close attention to, is they're above the Knicks in the standings. Always got to pay attention to the people above you. The Raptors and Nets have tipped off. Raptors, pretty mediocre. They're going to hover around 500 all year. Nets, we know, are absolutely horrendous. Warriors Thunder just tipped off. It's an interesting game. Steph Curry is back. Look at Steph Curry out there. Steph Curry's back from his illness. Missed the last 3 games. Celtics 76ers are the NBC game here tonight at 8 o'clock. Okay. Should be an interesting game. Both of these teams hovering around 500. I guess it would be nice if Philly could lose again, but doesn't really matter that much. Pacers, Jazz later tonight. And then Nuggets, Kings are the late game. Why are we putting the Kings on national television? No need to do that. No need to do that. Yak said, we just need to defend the rim better. Everything else was great. True. Okay, Hayes said the Raptors better than the Nets. I think everybody's better than the Nets. I think the Nets are very convincingly the worst team in the NBA so far. Hold on. It's them, but the Pelicans have interesting stuff. I mean, the Pelicans have Zion. They have Trey Murphy III. They have Herb Jones. They have Derek Queen, rookie playing extremely well. The Nets don't have any of that, right? Washington has more stuff than the Nets. Like, I would prefer Washington over Brooklyn. That's just me. I prefer Indiana. We know Indiana's better than Brooklyn. Even going out west, like I said, New Orleans is probably the worst team in the West, and I'd still take them over Brooklyn. I think Brooklyn's the worst team in the league. Judge's dad said, no Knicks tonight. We would be doing OKC Warriors? Probably. Probably, for sure. All right, here we go. Start of the second quarter. Jordan Clarkson comes out to start the second. His usual rotation. Deuce McBride will bring it down. Gets it over to Towns. Towns has it up top. Hands it off to Bridges. Bridges swing through to his right, down the lane, stops, turns, pivots, spins, fall away foul line jumper. Too strong, can't get it to go. Rebound for Conchar. Now here comes KCP. KCP coming to his right at the Lawndale screen. Gets it over to Conchar. Conchar on the right wing being guarded by McBride. They get it over to Morant. Morant in the right corner being guarded by Anunoby now. Goes along the baseline. They bring a double team over to Cam Spencer. A deep left corner 3. Can't get it to go. Long rebound. McBride able to pick it up, and we're off and running. McBride bringing it down. Has it on the left wing. McBride trying to get it to Anunoby. Now they get it over to Towns. He's going to fire a deep straightaway 3. Can't get it to go. And a foul on John Morant. Anunoby does a good job drawing the foul, selling it, fighting for the rebound there. Hip Hop said Bridges is always fading on his shots. Yeah, brother, that's how you get shots off against good contests out of the mid-range, my man. How you do it. Anunoby has it in the left corner. Putting his head down, attacking. Contra off the bounce, just too big. Bully balls his way right to the middle of the floor and throws down a nasty two-handed slam over Conchar. Just too big, too strong, too talented. Knicks up by 14. KCP coming to his left, up top. John Morant, left wing 3. Been struggling all year, continues to struggle from threes. He misses that one. Towns with the rebound. Here comes Anunoby. Anunoby's been doing a lot of the heavy lifting offensively so far here tonight. Towns, off the handoff from Anunoby, goes right into Londale's chest and gets the easy floater to go right over him. Now the Knicks up by 16. They might start pulling away here. They might start running away with it. Ja Morant has it on the left wing, being guarded by Clarkson. Morant's going to dance with it. Coming to his right, picks up his handles. They show a double team as Towns hedges out. He's got nowhere to go. Don't foul, don't foul. Don't foul, Towns, don't foul. And they're going to jump it up. Towns ties him up. Good job not fouling Towns. That's what I was concerned about. Towns ties up Ja Morant after he picked up his handle. Surprised they didn't call a timeout, or Ja Morant didn't pivot away from the double team and then get it over to somebody. You got two guys on you, brother. So Karl Anthony Towns and Ja Morant will jump it up in the middle of the court. 10:25 to go. James Sumler, what's up, James? Appreciate you, brother. Towns wins the tip easily, obviously. They get it over to Towns. Towns driving to his right, steps back. Gets it over to McBride. McBride, a wide open three as Morant just loses track of everything, and he knocks down the three, and the Knicks up by 19, and they're going to start running away with it. The Grizzlies are forced to call a timeout. I love that Towns, Ja Morant, and Jock Landale bump into each other. They fall down. Towns could have just easily taken that three. JA3, what's up, Jay? Appreciate you. Towns easily could have just taken that three, and instead he said, let me give up a good shot for a great shot. Swung it over to Deuce McBride. Ja Morant fell down on the floor. Ja Morant gets up, and he's not like, oh, no, I got to find my man. He just gets up, and he's just like, oof, man, I just hit the floor. That sucks. They swing it over to McBride, wide open for three. Ja Morant turns around. He's like, isn't that my guy? And Deuce McBride knocks down the straightaway three. Deuce 2 for 2 just as that. Absolutely. He's playing very well so far. 6 points. Very impactful so far tonight. McBride with 6 points, a rebound. Towns with 6. Bridges with 6. Anunoby with 8. Everybody getting in on the action. The egalitarian offense. The assists are flying. I believe the Knicks have 3 straight games with 30-plus assists. They have many games with 30-plus assists so far this year. Oof. Hip-Hop said, Ja, you are not fine in the West, buddy. He's never going to be able to live that down. He will never be able to live that down for sure. Hip-Hop said, foot on neck. Yeah, up by 19 here early in the second quarter. Grizzlies might throw in the towel early. Just that said, did you see that cast stat from yesterday? Yes, that was crazy. What was it, 90-something games just as that? With 10 made threes in a row? Crazy. Crazy. That's crazy. Okay, he said no points for the Grizz in 2 minutes. They have yet to score here in the second quarter. Knicks have scored 7 points to the Grizzlies 0. John Corley said, my goodness, I need 140 points. I don't know if they're going to get, well, maybe. 140 points seems crazy. But it's not out of the realm of possibility, you know. Just Dad said, you forgot the cap gun with the hat. It is YouTube. You don't want to get too crazy with none. I need the bolo tie. That's really what I forgot. I need the bolo tie. K. Hayes said, Ja on the Nets with MPJ. The Nets just don't have anything interesting to send back other than MPJ. And even still, I wouldn't. If I'm the Grizzlies, I don't want that. There's other teams with significantly better packages. The Nets don't have a package. I guess maybe the Grizzlies would want a bunch of picks, but, you know. Just that said, he had 98 games with 10-plus three-pointers over 3 seasons. 3 seasons is crazy because that also includes a coaching change. That's crazy. That is crazy. All right, here we go. We're back into it. Ja Morant has it up top, being guarded by Bridges. Get it over to Jackson Jr., being guarded by Anunoby. Anunoby goes for the steal. Jackson Jr. driving it down to the rim. Lefty layup. Got it to go with the scoop layup. A lot of contact. No foul call. Still got the layup to go. McBride bringing it down the other way. Over to Anunoby in the left corner. Ja Morant picks him up. Anunoby over to Towns. Towns back to Anunoby in the post. They bring a double team quickly out to Clarkson. Clarkson inside the Bridges. Bridges kicks it out to Anunoby. Wide open three. The ball movement, the offense is gorgeous. Anunoby missed the three, but I love the way they swung it around and still got Anunoby the open look he was looking for. Vince Williams Jr. has it up top. Cross court over to Ja Morant. Deep right corner three. He's been misfiring all season long, but he knocks that one down right there. And he's not shooting 0% from three. right? He gets that one to go. He's now 1 for 3, I believe, from three-point range. Towns has it up top. He's going to stop and pop off the McBride screen, and he's going to get those 3 points right back. Thank you. Anything you can do, I can do better offense. Back up by 19. Quick hit ahead to Jock Landale down the other way. Shovels it over to Vince Williams Jr. for the easy righty layup. Knicks trying to quickly get it back in bounds, and McBride quickly pushing it the other way. Towns has it. Driving to his left, past the defense, goes to the floater, can't get it to go. I gave 3 points to the wrong side. That's the issue. I'm like, why is my score so off? Towns driving it down, draws the foul on Jock Landale, I believe. So he's going to go to the foul line for 2 free throws. Hip-hop said, Towns 3-ball. Ah! K. Hayes said, Landale needs a haircut. It's crazy what we start talking about when the Knicks just start to dominate. It's crazy that, like, we don't have to analyze the game so far. I mean, obviously we are going to, but we got 9 minutes left. My timer keeps ticking. We got 9 minutes to go. Towns at the foul line for 2 free throws. Misses the first free throw. Can we stop missing free throws tonight, y'all? Come on. The Knicks are up by 15 here. Anunoby to the bench. He's dripping sweat, playing his butt off right now. Josh Hart comes into the game. You get one guy who's playing his butt off for another guy who's going to play his absolute butt off. Jay said, love that hash, Chevy Crocodile, Chevy. Appreciate you, Jay. Appreciate you. Just that's a dominant or losers. We talk crazy. For sure. For sure. Towns missed the first free throw. Please knock down the second free throw. Come on, man. He does knock down the second free throw. Thank you. I'll take it. I'll take it. Jaren Jackson Jr. on the right wing. Up top to Vince Williams Jr. being guarded by Clarkson. They get it over to Aldama. Aldama cross-court to Jackson Jr. A right wing 3 over Josh Hart. In and out, can't get it to go. Towns snatches a rebound. Quick outlet to Clarkson. Clarkson bringing it down. Right side of the court. Clarkson gets it over to Towns. Towns catches. Pump fakes. Driving to his left. Putting his head down. Attacking yet again. Off glass. Can't get it to go. He's looking for the foul call he previously got. They're not going to give it to him there. Coward pass fake. Now bullet pass inside to Cam Spencer. Gets the layup to go. Nice pass from Coward to Spencer. Or is that Vince Williams Jr.? I think that was Coward with the pass. Clarkson up top to get it over to Towns. Towns on the right wing. High post. Well, not high post. Standing out by the three-point line. Hands it off to Clarkson. Clarkson driving it down. Gets caught in the air. Throws it away over to Cam Spencer. Spencer bringing it down. Has it up top. Raise it over to Jackson Jr. Over to Coward. Coward coming to his left off of Jackson Jr. screen. They get it back to Jackson Jr. Being guarded by Bridges. They bring a double team. They try to get it over to Santi Aldama. The ball gets tipped. Bad pass from Jackson Jr. Good defense from the Knicks. McBride over to Towns. Towns catches. Pump fakes. Driving to his left. Fakes the handoff to Clarkson. Gets it out to Bridges. Bridges coming to his right. Almost gets stripped up. Steps back. Dancing with it. Gets it over to Clarkson. Left wing. Hesitates. Puts up the 3 anyway. Airballs it. Not a good night so far for Jordan Clarkson. Home run pass over to Coward, who breaks free and gets an easy two-handed slam. Jordan Clarkson walked after he shot the air ball, put his head down, and didn't get back on defense. And I'll tell you what that might mean. That might mean I can't do the whistle. I can't do the whistle. But they're going to blow the whistle for the timeout, as they just did for the Knicks. Mike Brown called the timeout. We're going to get Jordan Clarkson up out of the game. Moving a little slow. A little lackadaisical. Turned it over on the pass. Shot up an air ball. Looked disinterested getting back on defense. Looked a little upset when Karl Anthony Towns rejected the handoff and looked to attack. You're not going to get awesome play every single night from everybody on the team. Might not be Jordan Clarkson's night, or he might just need to go back to the bench, reevaluate himself, and come back in at some point. But Chris Baskerville said, nah, keep him in. I need 10 points. He's not going to get the 10 points playing this way. He needs to go back to the bench and reevaluate himself real quick. Right? Don't keep him on the bench, but you need to take a step back, take a deep breath, or maybe keep him out there. But good timeout, because you got to talk to him. You got to talk to him real quick. You got to talk to him real quick. All right? It's one thing to have a turnover. It's another thing to toss up an air ball. But you can't not hustle back on defense, brother. That has to be the identity of your team. Stay said, I need 1 3 from Clarkson. I think you'll get a 3 from Clarkson. I'm pretty confident about that. Hip Hop said Clarkson thought he was playing for the Jazz for a second. Yeah, some of the, what was it, 5 years he spent with the Jazz? Some of that jazzness spilled over into his head again. Gotta get it out of there. MBM said next play speed, yeah. So here we go. We're gonna check back in. Knicks had a 19-point lead, down to 12, 53-41, 7:30 to go here in the second quarter. I feel like real quick, I want to listen to Mike Brown. They got him wired up. I just want to listen to Mike Brown real quick. Constant communication, talking to the guys. Beautiful. Love it. Love to see it. Absolutely adore it. Here we go. We're back into it. Bridges will bring it down. Come on, Knicks. We gotta get some momentum back. Bridges hands it off to McBride. McBride back to Bridges. Bridges gets it over to Towns. Towns in the mid post, out by the foul line. The elbow. Over the top pass to McBride. Deep left corner 3. No dip 3. I don't know how many times we've seen that from McBride. Misses it. Towns with the rebound off the Bridges save. Back to Bridges and in the right corner. He can't get the 3 to go. Here comes Vince Williams Jr. bringing it down the other way. Cross-court pass. Coward, right corner 3. He's open. Too strong, can't get it to go. Long rebound. Clarkson able to grab it. Saves it over to Bridges. Here come the Knicks pushing the other way. Bridges putting his head down, attacking, gets into the lane, kicks it out to Towns up top. Over to Clarkson. Walks into a straightaway 3 over Cam Spencer. Splashes it, nothing but net. Right there, Stay-yes. There you go, brother. There's your 3. Way to bounce back, Jordan Clarkson. Love the confidence. Vince Williams Jr. over to Coward. Coward coming to his right off the Jackson Jr. screen. Has it on the baseline, gets it out to Vince Williams Jr. A 3 over Josh Hart. Well contested, can't get it to go. Clarkson with the weak side rebound. He's bringing it down the other way. Nothing crazy, Clarkson. Nothing crazy. Let's run our offense. He's going to look to attack Cam Spencer down the lane. Shoves it out to McBride. Wide open left corner 3. Wide open. Can't get it to go. Towns the offensive rebound. Puts it up. Can't get it to go. Vince Williams Jr. with the rebound. He's going to bring it down the other way. Gets it over to Aldama, being guarded by Clarkson. Aldama, jab step, driving it down in the lane. Kicks it in the corner. Over to Coward, up top to Spencer, springs it over to Jackson Jr. attacking Towns, inside to Aldama on the post positioning, knocks down the and one floater over Clarkson. Draws the foul on Clarkson. We're now halfway through this second quarter here. 13-point lead for the Knicks. Could be cut to a 12-point lead with Aldama going to the foul line for one more. Stay said, now I need OG 2 threes and 20 points. Let's go. OG has yet to hit a 3 so far tonight. Brunson checking back in. Towns to the bench, McBride to the bench, Bridges to the bench. I know Brunson checked back in, along with Anunoby and Yabusele. The Knicks are out there with Brunson, Anunoby, Yabusele, Clarkson, Hart. And the Grizzlies are out there with Jackson Jr., Aldama, Coward, Vince Williams Jr., and Cam Spencer. So Aldama going to take his free throw. Aldama misses the free throw. Love to see it. Love to see our opponents miss free throws. Time and time again. We'll never not love it. Josh Hart bringing it down. Has it up top. Coming to his left. Gets it over to Brunson. Brunson, jab step. Coming to his right after the Yabu screen. Over to Josh Hart in the corner. Josh Hart driving to his left. Up top to Anunoby. He's going to pump fake. Drive by the defense. And offensive foul on OG Anunoby using that off arm to fend off Jackson Jr. Inadvertently hit him in the face. Don't get hit with the offensive foul. So the ball is going to go back the other way to the Grizzlies. They'll bring it down. Vince Williams Jr. has it up top. They get it over to Cam Spencer. Spencer, jab step, coming to his left. Sprays it over to Aldama, swing through to his right, stops, turns, spins, ball knocked out of his hand. Spencer able to pick it up, pulls it back out to Coward, a wide open left wing 3 for him. Comes up short, can't get it to go. Anunoby with the rebound. Over to Josh Hart. Josh Hart will bring it down. Josh Hart gets it over to Yabusele, hands it off to Josh Hart. Hart on the left wing. They're not guarding him. Aldama's just going under every screen, giving him a ton of space. He walks into a mid-range pull-up jumper, can't get it to go. Yabusele had the offensive rebound, but knocked out of his hands by Vince Williams Jr. Here comes Aldama. Aldama, cross-court over to Vince Williams Jr., driving to his left against Clarkson. Euro steps down the lane, slips and falls, but they get Clarkson on yet another foul. Is that Clarkson's third foul so far? Jordan Clarkson, that's his second foul only, but a little hacking and whacking a little bit from Clarkson here. Picked up two fouls so far in, how many minutes has he played? They're not going to tell me. In only a couple of minutes. Well, we know he started the half here, so in 7 minutes here for Jordan Clarkson, picked up 2 fouls. Not great, not great. He knocked down a 3. Bad turnover, bad shot previously, but got to pick it back up, JC. Come on. Vince Williams Jr. is at the foul line for 2 free throws. The Knicks still holding on to a 13-point lead, and they're not playing particularly well right now. Vince Williams Jr. knocks down the first one. Grizzlies giving away an opportunity here to get back into this one. GG said 2 plus 3s for JB. Got it. Deuce, got it. Shamet, got it. One more from Clarkson, Cat, quickly, Ja, and Bridges. You got Ja 3s? Come on, brother. That's crazy. Vince Williams Jr. knocked down both free throws. A little over 5 minutes to go. Brunson bringing it down. Hit ahead to Clarkson. Clarkson pump fakes, driving along the baseline. Euro steps, throws up the floater. Got it to go. Nice pass fake and floater from Jordan Clarkson there. You make a mistake and you get it back on the other end. They try to get it over to Aldama. Oh, Anunoby almost got the steal, but the Grizzlies able to save it. They try to get it over to Ja Morant, and they turn it over, and a lot of miscommunicating in terms of just trying to get simple passes through for the Grizzlies all night long. Jaylen Brunson ringing it down. Coming to his right off a Yabusele screen. They're going under. Brunson's going to pull up from deep. In and out, can't get it to stay. Clearly feeling himself right now because he's just launching these threes right now. They hit ahead to Cedric Coward under the basket. Kicks it out to Vince Williams Jr. Extra pass to Aldama. It's a great pass for the Grizzlies. Swinging it around. Can't get it to go. Good box out from Brunson. Josh Hart comes in and grabs the rebound. Quick hit ahead to Clarkson. A pull-up 3 from Clarkson. Don't love that shot, but he rattles it in, baby. I had a feeling that one was going to go in. Not a bad shot from Clarkson at that time. Good hit ahead from Josh Hart. Clarkson walks into it with rhythm. Ja Morant gets it over to Coward. Coward hands it off to Vince Williams Jr. Up top to Morant. Morant coming to his right off the Lawndale screen. Picks up his dribble. Up top to Coward. Back to Morant. Morant being guarded by Yabusele. Euro steps down the lane. Goes up. Tough floater. Well contested. Got a nice soft bounce off the back of the rim as he gets it to drop down. Brunson quickly trying to push the other way. Euro steps down the lane. Kicks out to Clarkson. Pump fakes. He's going to drive it down for an easy layup. No, but that was just horrific Ole defense for the Grizzlies there. Nobody got back on defense. Brunson got in the middle of the lane. He drew 2 defenders, kicked it out to Clarkson. Clarkson, instead of just settling for the wide open 3, was like, hold on, there's nobody under the basket. And just literally looks like a layup line. Walked in there and just laid it up and in. Clarkson is filling up the stat sheet right now. He's up to 10 points. I think Chris Baskerville, you needed the 10 points from Clarkson. He's got it. He's got it. Playing much better. Much better. Kay Hazy said Clarkson is so damn impactful offensively. I mean, he's putting up numbers. I wouldn't say if he's been super impactful offensively, but having another ball handler who can attack the basket is so important to have as a basketball team, right? And they get him on the veterans minimum. Fantastic pickup for the Knicks in the offseason. Hip Hop said Clarkson is on his J.R. Smith right now. Let's go. Let's not disrespect J.R. Smith too much, man. Clarkson's been solid. He's been solid. Let's not disrespect the greatness of J.R. Smith, right? 6th man of the year that year. Come on. Come on. Chris Dino Osler, what's up, Chris? I do love that Clarkson can come into the game and make mistakes, and you don't get punished for it. You call a timeout, you pull him to the side and get, hey, deep breath, relax, calm yourself. You know you're doing a little too much right now. You know what you're capable of. You know what you should be doing. I like that. I like that. Just that's a 10 points in 8 minutes for JC00. Absolutely. Darnell said the best pickup. I mean, between him and Yabusele, it's a low bar with Yabusele being the other guy. But yeah, he's been very good. Hip Hop said great coaching from Mike Brown in the first half. Yeah, the defense wasn't great. Start the game. It still hasn't been great as the game's gone on. It's been okay for the most part. Probably a little below where you want it, right? I'd say it's been okay, but not good at all. But, they're surviving it. Their offense has been pretty fantastic. They've only scored 24 so far here in the second. We got 3:30 to go. Coward has it. Right wing up top to Morant. Being guarded by Brunson. Morant dancing with it. Driving to his left. Josh Hart just picks his pocket. Clarkson hit ahead to Hart, shoves it over to Yabusele. Big two-handed slam on the fast break. That's what I want to see, Big Yabu. Way to run the court. Way to run the court. Three out of the corner from Jalen Wells, shoots up an air ball. Brunson picks it up. We're quickly pushing it the other way. Brunson bounce pass over to Anunoby to the rim, gets blocked, but gets fouled by Lawndale. We're going to send OG Anunoby to the foul line for 2 free throws with 3:06 to go. Knicks up by 18. Anunoby can give us the 20-point lead we've been looking for. Beautiful. Beautiful. Another turnover for John Morant, by the way. That's already his third, I believe. Already his third. Anunoby at the foul line for 2 free throws. Just as that said, Yabu with the black headband is a good move. Anunoby knocks down the first free throw. Just as Dad said, JR shirtless in the New Jersey nightclubs on game night regularly. You're not wrong. You're not wrong about that. Anunoby misses the second free throw. Can we knock down our free throws? Now we're still stuck on 19. I want the 20-point lead. Morant down the lane, scoop lay with the left hand, can't get it to go. No foul. No, a late foul call. Really late foul call. I mean, Josh Hart already grabbed the rebound, and everybody was off and running, including the Grizzlies players. Really late foul call. I mean, I do think it was a foul. I don't know. He did have the left hand on him, but I don't think he was really pushing him. MBM said black makes you look slim with the headband. I mean, we're not saying he's got a big head. You know, that's not the thing you need to worry about, looking small. I don't think he's super out of shape, though. I think the conditioning he's out of shape, but I don't think he needs to, like, get skinny or anything. It's just a big, wide dude, naturally. Hip-Hop said, this is exactly what we should be doing to the Grizzlies as Morant knocks down both of the free throws. When we have a team in shambles like the Grizz, you keep your foot on their neck. They have been, but I want the 20-point lead. Knicks up by 17. Brunson gets it over to Anunoby. Anunoby coming to his left. Hits Clarkson, cutting back door. Ball knocked loose, and off of the fingertips is Clarkson as he couldn't hold on to it. Good defense from the Grizzlies to knock the pass loose. That offense from the Knicks. Just that's a nitpicking Sheffield with 8 for 11 from the foul line. I just don't like missing free throws. They're free. They call them free for a reason. They don't call them throws. They call them free throws. Bridges, nice steal. Bad pass from John Morant for his 4th turnover of the night. Josh Hart tries to get over to Brunson. It hit the official who was in bounds, so the ball stays in bounds. Brunson crosses over, mid-range pull-up jumper. Can't get it to go. Yabusele with the offensive rebound out to Josh Hart. Josh Hart bullet pass inside the Brunson for the reverse layup. You got to keep your head up. Cedric Coward. Brunson with a quick little celly over to Josh Hart. He got the vision. He got the goggles. Beautiful pass from Josh Hart. The Nova-to-Nova connection. Up top, Santi Aldama is going to put up the 3 over Anunoby. Way too strong. Can't get it to go. Yabusele, another nice, strong rebound down low. Yabusele playing well so far. Probably his best game as a Knick so far. Brunson driving it down. Kicks it out to Anunoby. A right corner 3. Line me up, OG. Too strong. Can't get it to go. Long rebound. Aldama able to grab it. They leave it off for Morant. Morant driving it down. Loses the handle. Another turnover for John Morant. He stands in the backcourt arguing with the official. Anunoby shoves it over to Yabusele. Left corner 3. Wide open. Comes up short. Anunoby got to swing it out to the right over to Jaylen Brunson in the right corner. Was a wide open 3 for Yabu. You got to knock those down. Jalen Wells walks into a pull-up 3 on the left wing and he splashes it. You miss a 3. They knock down a 3. Unfortunate. Knicks trying to go up by 20, but they can't get past that 19-point hump. Josh Hart on the left wing, crossing over to his right down the lane. Kicks it over to Bridges, wide open under the basket. Again, another beautiful drive and kick from Josh Hart, who's been absolutely phenomenal at playmaking tonight. Absolutely phenomenal. Knicks with 70 points so far. They got 30 points in this quarter. They scored 40 points they got 28 points. They scored 42 points in the first quarter. Cedric Coward driving it down. Gets his pocket picked. Bridges with a fast break, easy two-handed slam. And the Knicks are just running them out of the building. And there is the 20-point lead, everybody. Oof. K. Hayes said another 70-point half. Beautiful. Beautiful. Jalen Wells into Aldama. Aldama middle of the lane. Goes up. Off glass. Gets it to go. He's looking for a foul call. He doesn't get it. But he does get the layup to go. Josh Hart bringing it down. Josh Hart over to Anunoby. Being guarded by Morant. That's not the matchup that you want if you're the Grizzlies. Why do they keep doing that? Josh Hart is going to step back for three. If Josh Hart knocks this down, oh my goodness, I knew it. I had a feeling if Josh Hart's going to step back that confidently with like 10 seconds to go in the shot clock, you know he's feeling himself. You know it's going to go in. Aldama draws a foul. I believe it's a foul on the floor. 33 seconds to go. Josh Hart, another fantastic game. Really figuring out his spot on this team right now. Playing extremely confident right now. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I like shoes. What's up? I like shoes. I feel like I'm suffering from success over here. MVM said, Knicks offense is humming. It's playing extremely well. David Hodge Jr. said, I called it 80-point half. Got 5 more points to go. 30 seconds to go. I don't know if we're going to get there. Jackson Jr. down the lane. And an offensive foul on Jackson Jr. Anunoby takes a hit to the face. Jackson Jr. inadvertently gives it right back to Anunoby, who gave it to him earlier on a drive to the basket. I'm going to show the replay here. Ooh, elbow. Coming in elbows high from Jackson Jr. Hit Anunoby right in the face. Mark, Triple J elbowed OG right in the eye. Yeah, it looked like right in the eye. Oof. Jay said, remember the start of the season when people were upset and concerned about Mike Brown? Yeah. Now they seem like clowns. Looks like his contact fell out. He's holding something in his hand. He's walking to the bench holding something in his hand, OG Anunoby. Probably a contact. Probably came out. I wouldn't put that contact back in your eye, OG. You gotta have backups, right? We gotta have backups in the arena. MBM said it's in the ballpark of 80. It is in the ballpark. It is in the ballpark for sure. 42 first quarter points, 33 second quarter points so far, and a 21-point lead. There's no wind-up or follow-through. It's a normal basketball movement. It's a normal common foul. It's just unfortunate he got hit in the face like that. Daniel Tisson said, was it a violent move? Nah, he just made a move to the basket. You're right. Just made a move to the basket. Common foul. Keep it moving. OG got to get a new contact. Throws it back in. All right, cool. We're good. Good. He got it back in there. Solid. Hip-Hop said, Ja's playing like a man who wants out. He is. We'll go through the box score. I do believe he's got 4 turnovers so far tonight, which is in the first half. That's not good. I mean, we got a lot to go over, man. Got a lot to go over here at this halftime. Not one player specifically has been dominating. Everybody's getting in on the action. Brunson bringing it down. 20 seconds to go. Brunson has it up top. There's about a 5-second difference between game clock and shot clock, so we'll hold it for as long as we can, but the Grizzlies should have one more offensive possession. Brunson's going to drive it down against Wells. Foul line pull-up jumper. Rattles it in. John Morant's going to bring it down the other way with 8 seconds. Morant's going to attack Bridges off the bounce. Behind the back, step back, foul line jumper. He's trying to be Jaylen Brunson. Gets blocked by Towns. Morant extremely frustrated that he's not getting any foul calls so far here tonight. The Knicks, I don't know who chucked that. I think that was Towns. Towns may have also gotten the block on that Morant jumper. But I think Towns or somebody chucked it 3/4 court at the buzzer. I don't think they got it off in time, but they almost got it to go in. They hit rim. Nick Yak said, who's taking Ja? I'm sure plenty of teams would love to have John Morant. Knicks up by 23, by the way. I mean, just casually, we're up 23, and we're not even like, oh my God, we're up at 23 points at the halftime, because we're so used to this. This is crazy. Okay, Hazy said Brunson could have made that. Brunson chuck. Brunson was the chucker. Almost made that. Hit the side of the rim. Raised the rim. Well, let's go through the box score, because we got some interesting things to go over. Right? I mean, even some Grizzlies things are pretty interesting so far. And then we'll go around the league. We'll check last night's scores as well. Let's go through the box scores. Zoom it in. I guess we can start with the Grizzlies. The number one stat I want to look at real quick is, quickly, John Morant's turnover numbers. He's got, wow, I severely underestimated it. He's got 7 goddamn turnovers, y'all. 7 to 3 assists. 7 turnovers. My man is definitely playing like a man who wants out. What is that number? I talked about how maybe John Morant being the star that he is was going to recognize I'm in New York, Madison Square Garden, the bright lights of New York City. Let me show out. Let me remind everybody who I am. And he responded with a 7-turnover first-half game. Got 9 points, 3 assists. He's 3 for 7 from the field, 1 for 3 from three-point range. He's been absolutely horrendous. I'm actually comfortable, a lot more comfortable with the Grizzlies when Ja Morant is on the court. I know he's just going to hand us the ball. The Grizzlies played significantly better when he was off the court. What's his plus-minus? You guys know I don't like that stat, but why are you hiding it from me, ESPN? You know what? I don't even care. I don't care about the plus-minus stat. Maybe I do. Maybe I do. Why are you doing this, ESPN? So if I go all the way out to the plus-minus, Ja Morant's a minus 27, the largest on the team. And somehow his teammate Jaren Jackson Jr. is a plus 5. I just wanted to see. I just wanted to see real quick, y'all. That's bad. That's bad. I don't need to tell you guys that's bad. Kwame Robinson, we needed that Yabu 3 to get to 80. We did. Great point out, Kwame. Great point. We would have got that Yabu 3 to go down. Would have hit the 80. Also, Anunoby, if he had Yabusele in the right corner, but also coming down, he had Brunson sprinting to the right corner. He just kicked it over to the captain. I'm sure the captain would have knocked it down. We could have got the 80 very easily. Could have got the 80. 35-point quarter is not bad, though. Not far off. Isaiah Garner with the Isaiah. Said, let's be real, Josh trash. Listen, man, you just don't forget how to play basketball. You just don't forget how to play basketball. This was an all-NBA point guard just a couple of seasons ago. Hip-Hop said, if I'm the Grizzlies, I trade Ja tonight. But for what? He's still a box office draw. They're still making money off of him. You're Memphis. You're Memphis. You're not getting anybody as good as Ja Morant back or anybody as big of a draw as Ja Morant back. Unless that trade somehow materializes. Angela Harding said, I love your cowboy outfit. Appreciate you, Angela. Appreciate you. Aldama's been, he's their leading scorer. He's been one of the more consistent players off the bench, just doing his thing. 10 points, 4 boards, 2 assists for him. He's 4 for 6 from the field. The only guy shooting it efficiently tonight. Cedric Coward, the rookie, he's only got 4 points, 2 rebounds, 4 assists. I mean, he's playing well. It's just surrounded by all of this hot mess that is the Memphis Grizzlies right now. You know, this is the difference of a team clicking on all cylinders and a team completely crumbling apart. We go over to the Knicks and look at this distribution right here. Already we have 4 players in double figures. Brunson with 14. Didn't even feel like he scored 14, but Brunson with 14 points and 6 assists, by the way. Like I talked about in the pregame, the assist number is climbing for JB. Brunson, 14. Towns, 10. Bridges, 10. Anunoby with 9. He missed the free throw. You knock down your free throws, Anunoby, you get to 10 as well. Shamet with 8. Clarkson off the bench already with 10. Josh Hart with 8 and McBride with 6. We may get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 players in double figures tonight. We may get that. The only guy not to get in double figures likely is probably Yabusele. But the way this game is going, we're going to get a lot of garbage time. So maybe Yabusele plays enough to get the 10 points here tonight. But man, whew. John Corley said, where would Ja go? There isn't really like a place. There's Sacramento. There's New Orleans. Like good teams are just not going to take that risk right now. They're just not going to take that Ja Morant risk right now. Why? You know, like you look at Chicago, feel like maybe if they just got that star player to pair with like a lot of the good young players that they have, and Giddey and Kobe White and whatever, Matas Buzelis, that they could maybe take the next step and actually start competing in the East. But I don't know if Ja Morant's that guy. Also, to pair him alongside with Giddey feels redundant. Another good team that he could, I don't know. Stay said, no, garbage time, no, please. OG, I need 20. I believed. I think he can still get 20 before we get the garbage time. He's not going to not play majority of the third quarter and some of the fourth. He'll still play, unless we go by like 30 plus, but we'll see. Gigi said, I need a win tomorrow. I may be at the game. Ooh, shout out to you, Chichi. Hope you have a good time tomorrow night. But yeah, this is the reason. The Knicks are up 23 points at halftime. This is the reason why they sat Mitchell Robinson tonight. The Orlando game is going to be a significantly tougher game. They're bigger. They're stronger. They got better players. They're playing better than the Grizzlies are. I mean, not by much. It's not a high bar set by the Grizzlies, but they are playing better than the Grizzlies. So it's going to be a tougher game tomorrow. So you're going to need Mitchell Robinson. So Happy they held him out tonight because we definitely don't need him so far. Ath, what's up, Ath? Need Cat to make 10 more for me? I think Cat's going to get 10 more. I'll tell you this, Ath. Even in blowouts, we saw it the other night against Brooklyn Nets, Karl-Anthony Towns like to get his stats. So in blowouts, he'll be out there, and he'll make sure he gets his points. He'll make sure he pads those stats at the end to get his points before he's subbed out. Isaiah Garner said, I'm thankful every day that the Knicks didn't get Jason Kidd as head coach. Oh, me too, Isaiah Garner. Me too. I was never a fan of Jason Kidd as the head coach. I thought the competent seasons he was having or the good seasons he was having, I should say, I shouldn't be too disrespectful because they were good seasons in Dallas, making a finals run. I thought he was being held up a lot by Luka Doncic. Let me rephrase that. He was being held up almost entirely by Luka Doncic, by the brilliance of Luka Doncic, right? I don't think that was the coaching of Jason Kidd. I think that was the brilliance of Luka Doncic that was elevating that Mavericks team. And I'm so happy that Dallas was like, no, he's our coach. He's our long-term coach. Thank goodness. Thank goodness the Knicks. I mean, maybe they wouldn't have hired him. They only asked to interview him. But thank goodness we ended up with Mike Brown. Ath said, brother, the fit is fire tonight, by the way. Appreciate you, Ath. Appreciate you. I'm just trying to stay on theme. Trying to stay on theme. That's it. We're playing Memphis tonight, Memphis, Tennessee. We are still in New York, but I had to show up properly. Chris Baskerville said, speaking of Luka, you got something going on with Luka, Chris? What's going on? Kwame Robinson said, Kid went to the finals. He's okay? Yeah, but did he go to the finals, or did Luka Doncic lead that team to the finals almost single-handedly? Was it the coaching, or was it the fact that he had one of the best backcourts in the NBA in Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving playing at incredible levels? Was it the coaching, or was it the fact that they had Derek Lively and Daniel Gafford playing at elite levels? Was that coaching, or were the players playing fantastic? Not a bad coach, but is he an average coach? Probably. I just don't want to take that risk. I don't think he's that good. Isaiah Garner said, because Jason Kidd got him looking bad and his rotations are horrible. Yeah, I mean, he's definitely not coaching up this Mavericks team right now. I mean, the vibes are rough, but let's go around the league real quick. Toronto, Brooklyn, they're locked into a close game, but we don't really care that much about Toronto, Brooklyn tonight. Grizzlies, Knicks, obviously. And we got 76ers, Boston Celtics going on right now, so we can take a quick look at that box score. Philly out to a quick 9-point lead. Derek White is playing. Jaylen Brown is playing. Payne Pritchard is playing. Nobody really playing particularly well. Brown with 2, White with 2, Pritchard with 0 in that first quarter. And they're halfway through the second, and those guys still aren't scoring. They only got 29 points so far. Looking rough for them. Anthony Simons off the bench is leading them with 7. Oof, that's rough. You go over to the 76ers. Trendon Watford playing well. They may have found their starting power forward. Drummond getting the start with Embiid out. Oubre still playing well with 6. Maxey with 8. Edgecombe with 3. Off the bench, Justin Edwards with 9. Grimes with 3 in 10 minutes. McCain has not scored in 7 minutes. McCain just has not been the same. Jared McCain has not been the same since coming back from that injury. Namar said Mavericks also fired GM today, Nico Harrison. Yeah, I mean, it was a long time coming. Christopher Cohen, what's up, Chris? The game is already over. You're going to see a lot of that from the Knicks tonight. We're going to see a lot of that from the Knicks tonight for sure. Game is already over. Chi said, how do you trade the face of your franchise without him demanding a trade? Glad Luka is doing great. Yeah. Look, man, it just seemed like it was a personal vendetta. We went through this. Last year during the deadline. When the trade dropped, we went through it. There's no explanation for it other than it being a personal vendetta. Hip Hop said Nets are going to lose 78 games this season. They got to win more than that. They got to get Cam Thomas back. Yak said we got 53 shots off. We did. You know what? We could still go through the Knicks box scores. This game is not all that interesting so far. It's very poor offense going on in that game. But real quick, if we go through the box score here and we check the Knicks percentages, what are the three-point percentages looking like? Because it's not great. It's good, but not great so far. So we'll zoom it in a little bit so you guys can see it better. All right, relax. Thank you. Overall from three, they're 11 of 28. 11 for 28. That is 39%. Some more solid shooting from the Knicks. With Mike Brown here, just as dead, we might start challenging Cleveland for that more than 10 threes made in a game consecutive streak. We might. They did take 53 shots overall. How many offensive rebounds? They had 6 offensive rebounds. The Grizzlies had 2. They 20 rebounds to the Knicks 25, so they're winning the rebound battle. They also, this is the big number as well. This number is incredible, incredibly encouraging as well. Where is it? It's all the way over here. 25 assists, y'all. Or 19 assists. Wait. Yeah. 25 rebounds, 19 assists, y'all. In the first half, they're on their way, very much so on their way, to get another 30 assist plus game. Something I'm going to have to track. I'm going to want to look at it, but we're going to get Kolek, we're going to get Hug Porter, we're going to get Diawara, we're going to get Dottie in the game at some point. Yeah, tonight. 53 shots for the Knicks in comparison to the Grizzlies, 40. They took 13 more shots, very much dominating the possession battle right now. A lot of that is obviously also off of turnovers. The Grizzlies with 12 turnovers to the Knicks 4. Another reason they're doing well, they're having high assist numbers without turning the ball over. It's fantastic right now. Look, I just want to look on the bench real quick. Josh Hart, 8 points, 2 rebounds, 5 assists for Big Josh. Also 2 steals, pretty good. 5 assists for Big Josh. Everybody has an assist except for Landry Shamet because every time the ball hits his hands, he's probably looking to shoot it because that is his role. 6 assists for Brunson, 2 from Bridges, 2 for Towns, 2 for Anunoby. The ball is flying around. It's moving. Everybody's getting a touch. Everybody's playing extremely well right now. Yak said Clarkson and Shamet both 2 for 3 on threes. McBride 2 for 4. Yeah, I mean, everybody knocking down their shots. If we go through it, Anunoby's the only guy who hasn't hit one so far. Him and Yabusele, the only guys who haven't hit a 3 tonight. And Anunoby's been shooting 40% from 3-point range. So he'll hit one at some point tonight. I need Yabusele to hit a 3, so all of the major rotation players would have hit a 3 tonight. But Towns is 1 for 3. Bridges 1 for 3. Shamet 2 for 3. Brunson 2 for 5. Jordan Clarkson 2 for 3. Josh Hart's 1 for 2. He's already knocked one down. Thank you, Big Josh. McBride 2 for 4. So everybody getting in on the action right now. Everybody eating. David House Jr. said, bye-bye, Kolek, Dink, Pate coming. Yeah, I mean, the Knicks also have some very interesting guys coming in the pipeline with Dottie, with Diawara, with Dink Pate down there in the G League. I think that was a pretty good pickup. Hopefully he pans out the way we hope he will. Hip Hop said, no team in the East is going to want to see us in a 7-game series. Look, man, Detroit they're asking for it. Don't rule out Detroit. Listen, I'm not afraid of Orlando. We're going to see them tomorrow night. We'll see how the two teams match up. I'm not afraid of Atlanta, the way they're playing so far this year. I'm really not afraid of Cleveland. We know Mitchell Robinson dominates that team. So what are you really left with? I'm not afraid of Chicago. I'm not afraid of Philly. Right? So what are you left with? You're left with the Detroit Pistons. I'm not afraid of the Detroit Pistons, but I look across them and I go, yep, that's a respectable team right there. That's a good team right there. Right? So they're really the only team in the East right now. I think the 3 teams are New York, Cleveland, and now Detroit is elevating themselves into that, making it a 3-team deal rather than a 2-team deal here in the Eastern Conference. Here we go. Checking back in. 77-54, start of the third quarter. Let's do it. David House Jr. said Duren is playing great. He is. Jalen Duren has been fantastic, elevating himself. Might be an all-star this year. Here we go. Bridges has it up top. Gets it over to Towns, over to Anunoby. Anunoby gets it over to Brunson, and an off-ball foul on the Knicks. A moving screen. I think it's on Towns. No, it's on Brunson. I believe that's a foul on Brunson. 77-54. See what the Knicks have for us in the second half here. So now the Grizzlies will bring it down off the Knicks turnover. John Morant has it up top, being guarded by Bridges. They get it over to Jackson Jr., back to Morant. Morant, behind the back, coming to his right, snaking it into the lane, foul line, pull-up jumper, off the back rim, can't get it to go. Brunson skying for a rebound. I like it when the guards get the rebound. I like it when our non-rebounding players grab rebounds, help out on the glass. Brunson coming to his right off a town screen, driving it down inside to Anunoby. Little fall away mid-range shot. OG Anunoby got the little midi to go. 25-point lead for the Knicks. Jalen Wells has it up top. Being guarded by Shamet. Wells has nowhere to go. Good defense from Shamet. Wells hands it off to Jackson Jr. He's going to walk into a pull-up three. He's going to splash the three over Landry Shamet. The Knicks thought they were switching there. Shamet did not know. Anunoby did not communicate it to him properly. And they end up with a wide open three for Jackson Jr. as he knocks it down. Bridges up top to Towns, catches, pump fakes, driving to his left, and gets fouled by Jock Landale. These Grizzlies, very undisciplined team right now. Like from everybody. We know Jackson Jr. struggles with the fouls, but Landale's been struggling with fouling. Morant's been turning the ball over. It's been a very sloppy game from the Grizzlies. Brunson gets it into Towns. They leave him open on the pick and pop. Misses it. Rebound falls right back to Towns. Down the lane, scoop layup. And he gets the finger roll layup to go. Hung on the front of the rim, but he did get it to drop. 81-57, a 24-point game, excuse me. Morant down the lane, draws the foul on OG Anunoby. He's going to send him to the foul line for 2 free throws. Bernard Johnson said, let's stay focused, Knicks, in this quarter. If you end this quarter with a 20-plus point lead, that'll effectively end the game, and we just got to get through 12 minutes of garbage time basketball. Hip Hop Beat said that jaw wig jumper is super trash. He just got to lock himself back in, man. He is not focused whatsoever. John Morant knocks down the first free throw. He's got one more coming. Hip Hop said, we already beat the Pistons. We'll do it again. I also believe we'll beat the Pistons again if we meet up in the playoffs, but it's going to be a battle. Like that, you're leaving bruised up, black eye, a little limp to you. You're walking out of there with a battle. Brunson has it up top, dancing with it against Wells, behind the back, mid-range pull-up jumper, excellent moves, put the moves on him, can't get it to go. Morant skies for the rebound, and he's bringing it down the other way. John Morant, inside pass to Landale, leans in, righty hook, got it to go over OG Anunoby. Morant did a good job there pushing the pace and fed the big man down low who beat Towns down the court. Brunson bringing it down and leaves it off for Towns. He's going to pump fake, drive to his left, hands it off to Anunoby. He's going to spot it for 3. Can you give it to me? Thank you, OG Anunoby. Knocked down the 3. Now all we need is Guerschon Yabusele. Now we need Guerschon Yabusele for a 3, and everybody in the Knicks main rotation will have hit a 3 so far tonight. What a beautiful thing to have 5-out offense. Jaren Jackson Jr. is open from the right corner, but he can't get it to go. Towns good box out and rebound. Gets it out to Bridges. Bridges driving it down, middle of the lane, in transition over to Shamet. Catches, pump fake, sets his feet, fires from 3. Can't get it to go. Long rebound over to KCP, and the Grizzlies bringing it down the other way. 23-point lead for the Knicks, 9:40 to go. KCP over to Landale. Landale over to Morant. Morant spins in the lane, pump fake, steps through, layup with the left hand, smokes it. Just way off on that one, doing way too much. Towns with the rebound over to Brunson. Brunson driving it down, Euro steps down the lane, and doesn't draw the foul. A lot of contact with him and KCP. Normally you get that call, he doesn't get it there. They try to throw a lob. Bridges just hustles back and knocks. I love the hustle from Mikal Bridges there. Way to get back on defense as Brunson brings it down and rewards Mikal Bridges. Cut to the basket for the layup. Way to reward your guy for hustling back on defense, JB. Now that's a point guard right there. That is a point guard right there. John Morant on the right wing. And the Grizzlies slumped shoulders, heads down. No energy right now. They're just walking around. Wells chucks up a 3, gets it to go down. But they have no energy, no fight in them right now. Brunson has it up top, over to Towns, back to Brunson. Coming to his right off the Town screen. Stops, turns, pivots, spins, steps through, gets it over to Bridges. Bridges driving to his right. Being guarded by KCP, hands it off to Anunoby. Anunoby driving it down to his left. Tries to go right into Jackson Jr., and they call a foul on Jackson Jr. And Anunoby put his shoulder right into his chest. And it's going to be side out of bounds for the Knicks. That is another foul on Jackson Jr. Is that his 3rd? That's his 4th foul. Okay. Yep, that's his 4th foul. Hip Hop Beat said Knicks are running away with this one. I mean, the energy from the Grizzlies, they look like a team that don't have belief that they can pull this comeback off. Right? They look like a team that is playing just to get this game over with tonight. Like, they're like, all right, yeah, we're going to lose this one. Let's just get it over with. There's not like any extra effort or oomph to the way they're playing right now. Brunson 1-on-1 against Wells. Pump fake, steps through, leans in, scoop lay with the left hand, can't get it to go down. Jackson Jr. with the rebound. Here comes KCP. KCP leaves it off for Morant. Morant has it up top, spots up for a straightaway 3 over Brunson. Can't get it to go as he continues to miss 5 from 3. He's now 1 for 4. Towns with the rebound, and now here comes Brunson. Brunson on the right wing. Knicks with a 22-point lead approaching the 8-minute mark. They get it over to Shamet. Brings it over to Anunoby. He's going to catch it, pump fake it along the corner, over to Bridges. Bridges over to Brunson. Brunson swing through to his left, down the lane, kicks it out to Anunoby, left corner three. The ball movement from one side of the court over to the other side. Fight for the rebound. The Knicks end up with the offensive rebound. Bridges, a little mid-range jumper. Can't get it to go. Lawndale finally boxes out and grabs that rebound. Now he's going to bring it down. Now he gets it over to Morant. Hit ahead to Jackson Jr. 1-on-1 against Brunson. Going to back him down. Goes right into him. Puts up the lefty hook. Can't get it to go. Fight for the rebound. Knocked out of bounds by Towns. Brunson took the fall. Right? Flopped to the floor. Tried to draw the offensive foul on Jackson Jr. He didn't get the call. Deservedly so. That's not an offensive foul. Brunson flopped for it. But Jackson Jr. didn't miss the lefty hook because of it. Isaiah Gardner said, why do they keep shooting threes? That's not their game. Because their point guard, who is a downhill driver, is not driving downhill. They get it into Cedric Coward. Nice cut from him off the inbound. Knicks just fell asleep there. And Landry Shamet does a good job fouling him, sending him to the foul line. Knocked down 2 free throws, rookie. Let me blow my nose real quick, y'all. My apologies. Oof. Allergies getting to me. Cedric Coward. Did he knock down the first one? He did knock down the first one. Got one more coming. Coward knocked down the first one. It's a 21-point game now. We can knock it to 20. Tell you that. We'll knock it to 20. 7:45 to go. Coward does knock it down to 20. 86-66. Jaylen Brunson bringing it down. Has it on the right wing. Driving to his left. Blows right past the defense. No foul. Cedric Coward comes over for the swat at the rim. Blocks Jaylen Brunson. Beautiful block from the rookie. Over to Morant. Morant driving it down. Can't get the layup to go, but gets fouled by Shamet. Shamet, 2 quick fouls there. Going to send John Morant to the foul line for 2 free throws. Kinahara, what's up, Kinahara? Kinahara said, is Lawndale that big, incredibly slow white guy? Yes. Jock Lawndale is the incredibly big, slow white guy, yes, for the Grizzlies. Obviously getting the starting nod because Zach Edey and Brandon Clark are both out with injury. Morant knocks down the first one. Knocking it back to under 20. Under 20, Knicks. Don't play with your food. Jordan Clarkson's going to come in for Shamet here. Shamet started off the game red hot. Not a good start to the second half, though. That's his 4th foul. You know, when you're a role player, though, use up your fouls. Use them up. Morant knocks down both free throws, knocking it to an 18-point game. 7:30 to go. Josh Hart's also subbed in, I believe, for Anunoby. Brunson bringing it down. Hands it off to Hart. No, he comes in for Bridges, excuse me. Anunoby remains out there with Towns, Clarkson, Brunson, and Hart. Get it over to Towns up top. Towns being guarded by Lawndale. Hits Clarkson, cutting back door, kicks it over to Brunson. Brunson with the pass fake. Euro steps down the lane. Beautiful move. Reverse layup on the other side. Oh, my goodness, how sweet it is. How sweet it is. 88-68. Brunson, a little razzle-dazzle there. They leave it off for Jock Lawndale. He's going to fire the pick-and-pop 3. In and out, can't get it to stay. Anunoby with the rebound. The Knicks bringing it down the other way. Hit ahead to Josh Hart. Josh Hart on the right wing. Hit to Anunoby, come to the rim. Josh Hart, another easy assist, another gorgeous pass for Josh Hart. Anunoby with the 2-handed slam, and everything just going the Knicks' way. It doesn't matter what happens. It doesn't matter who's out there on the court. It doesn't matter if we're hitting 3-point shots or not. If we want an easy basket, we're going to get an easy basket. Oof. Oof. Knicks back up by 22. Josh Hart with yet another assist. He's been diming it up all night long. I want to look at the box score. Now that we're past halftime. Hip-Hop said, what a move by Brunson. I mean, JB is up to... Hold on, I got to refresh this. He has more than 16 points, I'll tell you that. He had 16 points at halftime. So now we're not updating? Are we not updating that? No, we are updating. So Brunson with 16 points. I believe he's got 18. I don't know, maybe he had 14. Maybe he does have 16. Shamet still with 8. He just came out of the game. He's only played 13 minutes tonight. That's fine. Mikal Bridges with 12. Towns with 12. Anunoby with 16. The Knicks now have 5 players in double figures. Josh Hart's with 8. He'll get the double figures as well. We'll have 6. McBride, maybe. We'll see. He's got 6 points so far tonight. Need at least 2 more baskets from him to get to the double figures. But Josh Hart with 8 points, only 2 rebounds, but the 6 assists from Big Josh Hart. And it's just a beatdown tonight. It's just a beatdown. Similar to how it was against the Wizards, similar to how it was against the Nets. It's similar. It's similar. We're just beating teams down right now. Very comfortable in what we're doing. Now, look, we got to play some better competition. That will come tomorrow night when we play the Orlando Magic. Tonight is a glorified scrimmage. That's what it is. Tonight is a glorified scrimmage. Rob Jaworski, what's up, Rob? I said 16, 4, and 8. Oh, yeah, let's not forget the 8 assists from JB. Let's not forget the beautiful 8 assists from Jaylen Brunson. My man continues to dime it up to his teammates. Mark L. said, it's not a win to the game end for my beloved Knicks. True, but like I said, this Grizzlies team has no fire and desire in their eyes right now. This team is quitting on themselves, quitting on each other and quitting on themselves. They have no confidence that they're a good team. They have no confidence that they can make this level of comeback. I mean, there's more than enough time. There's six and a half minutes to go in the third quarter. You got a quarter and a half to make up a 20-point deficit, which isn't that difficult in the NBA. But they look like they have no belief that they can do it. Hip Hop said this game is cooked. John Wick is cooked. The Grizzlies are cooked. Yeah. Yak said Hart 6 assists in limited minutes. Yeah, he's only played 15 minutes so far tonight. He'll get to his 25 minutes a game. We talked about last year. Josh Hart is most effective when he can play 25-ish minutes a night. Between 25 and 30 is where I would have him. And, versus last year, we were just playing 35 to 40, which was way too much. But, we're seeing him really start to figure it out. Looks really comfortable in this offense right now. Looks really confident, I should say, in this offense right now. Looks great. He's looking great. I said leading scorer for Philly is Andre Drummond. Not a great night over there. Not a great night over there for sure. Go back to the game cast. We're checking right back into the game. Morant up top, being guarded by Hart, over to Lawndale. Lawndale picks up his handle, gets it over to Coward. Vince Williams Jr., tries to hit the cross-court pass. The Knicks pick it off. Knicks are off and running over to Brunson. Brunson stops, turns, spins, pulls it back out. Up top to Towns. Towns is going to fire straight away 3, and he's going to knock me down. Another assist for Jaylen Brunson. He's up to 9. He's up to 9. Love it. I'm loving it. A pull-up 3 for, is that Aldama? Aldama just a pull-up 3 over Josh Hart. Well contested. Didn't matter. He knocked it down. Josh Hart bringing it down over to Towns. Back to Josh. Josh Hart over to Anunoby. Back to Towns. Hits Anunoby coming back door. Kicks it out to Brunson. Brunson in the right corner 3. Brunson a basket. The offense is just moving and grooving. We're getting whatever we want. I don't know. What else do you want me to tell you? Brunson a 3. Towns a 3. Backdoor passes. Kick-outs to the corners. This is incredible. This is terrible defense from the Grizzlies. Don't get me wrong. Terrible defense from the Grizzlies. But the Knicks are just absolutely frying them right now. Just flipping them over on the grill. It's nice and easy. Cooking them to a smooth medium rare right now. Vince Williams Jr. has it up top. Coming to his left, being guarded by Brunson. They get it over to I keep wanting to call him to Javon Small, but he's not Javon Small. It's Jalen Wells, who knocks down a little step-back mid-range jumper for him. 96-73. It's only a 23-point game. Brunson, jab step, coming to his left. Hesitation move. He's going to dance with it. Over to Towns. Towns catches. Pump fakes. Driving to his left on Aldama. Bullies right through. Oh, my goodness. Jackson Jr. gets the and one layup over Jackson Jr. There's 5 fouls on Jackson Jr. I'm not even, I can't even get super hyped off of it anymore because they're up by 25 points right now. Normally you guys know me. I go crazy. I'm excited. I'm happy. And of course I'm excited. I'm happy. But, this is just regular now. I'm too used to it. I'm way too used to it. Towns going to the foul line for one more. Hip Hop said, give me 150. Embarrass them. Embarrass them tonight. The Knicks scored 42 in the first quarter, 35 in the second quarter. We got 5:17 to go. We got 5:25 to go here in the third quarter. And we already have 22 points. We already have 22 points. I said, honestly, it looks like a scrimmage. Grizz just sleepwalking. Yeah, I talked about it. They have no fire and desire in them right now. They look like a team that has lost belief that they are a good team and that they are capable of winning basketball games. They look like they want this game to be over with as fast as possible. Towns knocks down his and one free throw. Vince Williams Jr. over to Aldama. Over to Jackson Jr. driving it down. They bring multiple defenders around him. Josh Hart fouls him. Jackson Jr. is going to go to the foul line for 2 free throws. And Towns and Josh Hart having a laugh about it. I mean, Towns came in and reached in for the foul, and Towns probably laughing with him about it. Hart said the coach is going to get fired. They blew it firing Jennings. I mean, they weren't doing that much better under Jennings either. Right? Was it Jennings? No, Jenkins. Chris Jenkins. No, not Chris Jenkins. What's his name? Coach Jenkins. I do know it was Jenkins, though. Yeah. I mean, I don't know if they blew it with firing him because they weren't doing that much better with him either. But they may have blown it with hiring Lasalo without really doing a coaching search. They kind of just named him as the coach. Okay, he's at 100 points with 5 minutes left in the third. It's pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. Jackson Jr. knocked down both of his free throws. Brunson will bring it down against Wells. Brunson has it up top. Coming to his right, crossing over to his left off the Yabusele screen, over to Josh Hart. He's going to pump fake, drive it down all the way under the basket, leaves it off for Yabusele. He's going to go up with the lefty layup, can't get it to go. Josh Hart comes flying in, but he can't grab the rebound. You got to finish that, big Yabu. I know you're undersized, but you got to finish that. Jackson Jr. crosses over down the lane, up, can't get the finish to go. Brunson knocks the rebound out to Aldama. Aldama back to Cedric Coward, right corner on the relocation. He can't get it to go. Yabusele with the rebound. And now here comes Jaylen Brunson bringing it down the other way. Jackson Jr. hit the floor in the other end, so it's a 5-on-4 over to Bridges, a pull-up three on the right wing. Comes up short. Jackson Jr. comes flying in for the rebound. Here comes Cedric Coward bringing it down the other way. Coward has it on the left wing. Cross-court pass to Vince Williams Jr. Right corner three from him, no hesitation, and he knocks it down. Josh Hart will bring it down the other way. Both teams in the bonus with 4:25 to go. Josh Hart up top, hands it off to Brunson. Brunson being guarded by Wells. Coming to his left. Fakes the handoff, keeps it. Now over to Clarkson. He's going to fire the threes. They don't close out strongly to him. He's going to come up short on it. Long rebound out to Wells. Here comes Coward. Coward up top, being guarded by Yabusele on the switch. They get over to Aldama. Cross-court pass to Vince Williams Jr. Same spot. Clarkson does a better job of closing out his airspace, so now he's going to put him in the post. Back him down. Up top to Wells. A deep straightaway three over Josh Hart, and he knocks it down. Couple threes in a row for the Memphis Grizzlies there. Couldn't pull him back into the game. Let's see how the Knicks respond. It's down to 18, y'all. It's down to 18. Hold on. Game not over yet. Clarkson up top, hands it off to Brunson. Brunson back to Clarkson. Clarkson over to Yabusele. Look, they take John Morant out of the game, and the Grizzlies start playing better. It's just an observation I've made so far tonight. Clarkson attacking along the baseline. They bring a double team. Up top to Brunson. He's going to set his feet and fire, trying to get the 3 points right back. And he does get the nice friendly roll at the front of the rim, at the back of the rim, bounce straight up, fell back through the basket, gets the 3 points right back for JB and the captain. And the Grizzlies trying to push it the other way quickly, throw it out of bounds. Jalen Wells can't catch it before it flies out of the baseline. 102 points with 3:28 to go. So far, the Knicks have scored 28 points in this quarter. Can we get closer to 40, y'all? Can we get another 40-ball quarter? Bridges in the right corner for a three on the relocation, and he gets it to go. Now we're just chucking them up. Now we're just having fun. Here come the Grizzlies bringing it down the other way. Coward gets it over to Vince Williams Jr. Hands it off to Jalen Wells. Wells back up top to Coward. Coward coming to his left, step back three, pump fakes, gets it over to Aldama. Aldama fakes the handoff, gets it out to Williams Jr. Coming to his left, now over to Wells. A lot of east to west for the Grizzlies here. Wells finally down the lane, and they call a travel on Jalen Wells. Ball going back to the Knicks, but before that, we're going to get a full Knicks timeout. We're back up by 24. Just like that, they knock down 2 threes in a row. You know how we respond? 2 threes in a row. That's what we do. No hesitation. Hart said, to be fair, Memphis is 4-7, so they look like scrubs all year. We talked about it, Hart. They're not great competition. The only saving grace that I had in the pregame speech was that the only possibility that they're going to have tonight is if John Morant woke up and Jaren Jackson Jr. woke up today and they were like, oh, yeah, I forgot, we're all-stars. We're former All-NBA performers, right? We gotta perform here in Madison Square Garden where the lights are brightest out here in New York, right? That was the only chance the Grizzlies were going to have, is if they were going to come to the Garden and feel the need to have to step up and play extremely well, and they were going to press a little bit. They did not do that. Both of these guys have continued to struggle all night long. Jackson Jr. with 14 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, and 4 personal fouls. It's not been a good night for him. Similar with John Morant. He's got 7, 8 turnovers, something like that. Not good. Ath, what's up, Ath? I need Tyrese Maxey to make 22 more points, 8 at half. So you need 30 from Maxey. Jaylen Brown to make 25 points, 7 at half. What do we think, Chevy? We hitting it, or is it a bust? It might be a bust, Ath, because it looks like both of those teams are not playing well offensively. Obviously, I'm not watching, so I can't really dive too deeply into it for you. But from the outside looking in, just looking at the box scores, It is, you know what? It is a primetime game though, Ath. So you know what? I got hope. I got hope for you only because in a primetime game, you would expect both of the stars of the teams to step up, but 41-51 halftime score is not good. You would expect, I mean, look at this. Where am I standing? Look at this. Luka Garza is their top performing player with 7 points and 7 rebounds. And Andre Drummond is the other top performing player with 10 points and 7 rebounds. That's disgusting. Kay Hayes said Maxey will probably hit. I don't know about Brown. I could see Brown hitting in the second half. Like I said, the only saving grace is you're going to have to monitor that third quarter and see how they come out. Because if Maxey comes out and he's like, okay, I got to generate offense for my team, and he starts going to the basket, then you have a chance. Similar with Jaylen Brown. Like, okay, I got to generate offense for my team and go to the basket. But it looks like one of those nights where both teams just don't have it offensively overall. Darnell reminding people of the like button. Appreciate you, Darnell. Yeah, if you're enjoying the show so far, please go ahead, hit the like button. I'd very much appreciate it. Is my phone's not charging? Why is my phone not charging? There we go. Oh, that's because this wire's not working all of a sudden. Sometimes you just got to flip the wire. It's gonna work. Bam. Probably got something in my charging port. Either way, here we go. We're back into it. We got 3 minutes to go in this third quarter. Then we got 12 minutes of basketball. 12 minutes of garbage time. McBride has checked back in. We're out there with Mikal Bridges, OG Anunoby, Karl-Anthony Towns, Jordan Clarkson, and Deuce McBride, the captain to the bench. Get into Towns, high post at the foul line. Over to Anunoby, steps behind the three-point line. He's going to put it up, comes up well short, barely grazes the front of the rim. Coward, home run pass. Anunoby gets back on defense, picks it off, and Bridges able to pick it up. Here comes Bridges bringing it down. Over to Towns. Spots up for the trailer for a straightaway three. Deep one, got it to go, nothing but net. And the Knicks are up by 27, y'all. Vince Williams Jr. over to Aldama, over to Wells, attacking along the baseline. A little mid-range pull-up jumper. Got it to go along the baseline. Clarkson mad at himself. I like that. I like that from JC. Be mad at yourself, right? You give up a baseline drive like that. Towns has it up top. He's got 21 and 11 so far tonight. Towns hands it off to Anunoby, coming to his left, over to Bridges, swings it over to Clarkson. Left corner three for Jordan Clarkson, splashes it. What do you want me to do, y'all? Y'all want me to go crazy for these threes right now? It's raining three-point shots right now. Jaren Jackson Jr. down the lane, can't get the scoop layup to go as it just falls off the front of the rim. Clarkson picks it up, over to McBride. He's going to put his head down, bullet pass inside the Bridges, back up top to Towns. Towns, he's going to spot up and fire a deep one. Comes up short, can't get it to go. When you're up 28 points, you can do things like that, you know? Vince Williams Jr. has it up top, coming to his right. 1:20 to go here in the quarter. Wells on the left wing. They call 3 seconds. 3 seconds on Clarkson maybe, but free point either way for the Grizzlies here. Kwame Robinson said another 40-point quarter is crazy. They got 34 points here in the third quarter so far. Only 34. And they have a minute and a half to go. Vince Williams Jr. knocks down the technical free throw for the defensive 3 seconds. John Morant's going to sub back in here. Hip-Hop said the ball movement is incredible right now. It's insane. It's insane. There are real-life people who tried to say that that this team is not that much different from last year's team in terms of their play style. It's like, I don't know what they're watching, but maybe we should stop listening to those people. They get it into Lawndale, over to Cam Spencer, who's in. Spencer coming to his left off the Lawndale screen, driving it down at the foul line, kicks it out. John Morant, left corner three. He's wide open. He finally knocks down his second three of the night. Here comes Deuce McBride bringing it down. McBride over to Towns, back to McBride. McBride dancing around the Towns screen, driving to his left, leaves it off for Towns, goes up, gets blocked by Lawndale. Now here come the Grizzlies pushing it the other way. Morant in the front court, kicks it over to Vince Williams in the left corner. Cross-court pass to Cam Spencer. He's going to fire away a three, and he's going to knock it down, nothing but net. And so the Knicks will bring it down. McBride up top. They get it over to Towns. Towns up top by the three-point line. He's going to drive it to his right. Bully ball his way to the basket. Gets blocked. And an offensive foul on Towns. The ref blew the whistle. Everybody was confused. It was a late whistle. Who was that? Vince Williams Jr. came over for the block. No, that was Cedric Coward came over from the weak side for the chase down block, trying to help protect the rim. He did get the block, but then he fell over Towns. They called the foul on Towns. They called the foul on Towns. Offensive foul. So here come the Grizzlies. 111-90. 30 seconds to go. Vince Williams Jr. pull up three over Bridges, splashes it. Now we're just trading threes here tonight. Now it's a three-point contest here as the game is over. I think now now we're just chucking them up from both sides. It's like, let's get this game over with. McBride driving it down. He has on the right wing. Now coming to his left. Gets it over to Bridges. Bridges left wing three. Line me up. Get me those 3 points right back. Anything you can do, I can do better offense right there. Cam Spencer coming to his right. Kicks it in the corner. Coward pump fakes over to Morant. Going to split the defense down the lane against Towns. Can't get the layup to go. Rebound knocked out. And that will be the end of the third quarter, 114-93. The Knicks scored 37 points in that quarter. 42 in the first, 35 in the second, 37 in the third. The Grizzlies did score 39 in that quarter as well. They also started to knock down some threes as they're chucking them up now. But Hip Hop said beautiful third quarter for us. The defense still hasn't been super good from the Knicks so far tonight. But I think part of it is that it's been a blowout for majority of this game. They've had a 10-point lead plus since the first quarter. My assumption is that the Knicks are just like, let's just get this game over with, y'all. We're going to go 80% on defense, and the Grizzlies are taking advantage of it for sure. Also, no Mitchell Robinson. B Solo, what's up, B Solo? We look better than we have in years. Even during the 90s, I don't remember blowout games like this. Well, you know, when you become like one of the best offensive teams in the league, blowouts tend to happen because of the three-point shooting now. They tend to happen a lot more often when you become one of the better offensive teams in the league, and this is what happens. This is the fruit of the Knicks' labor. This is what they envisioned when they assembled this team. Tom Thibodeau was not the correct coach for this roster. That's all it was. Now you have a guy who's going to accentuate the strengths of the individual players on this team, and you're seeing what happens. You're seeing Anunoby play much better. You're seeing Mikal Bridges offensively play much better. You're seeing Karl-Anthony Towns being much, get much more easier shots. You're seeing Jaylen Brunson it's just so easy for Jaylen Brunson right now. Versus last year where everything was a struggle. And he's so good at basketball that he was still phenomenal in it and still efficient playing at a phone booth, as many people have started to say. But it wasn't going to lead you to the championship. It wasn't going to lead you. It wasn't going to be efficient enough. You weren't going to be efficient enough as a team relying on poor quality shot attempts from your star players. Right? It caught up to them in that Pacers series. This was the vision. Can they keep this up? Can they continue to get better as the season goes on? What is the offense going to look like on nights where the three-point shots don't go down? Right? You need to have counters. You need to have multiple ways you could win. Darnell said 143-113 Knicks. I mean, 143 points would be crazy for sure. Here we go. We're checking back in here. Patrick Ewing in the building. Latrell Sprewell in the building. They're going through Celebrity Row right now. All the celebrities out in full force here tonight. Hip Hop said, give me the 150. Here we go. Start of the fourth quarter. The Knicks come out with Shamet, McBride, Anunoby, Towns, and Josh Hart. Cam Spencer ends up with a wide open three on the left wing. Can't get it to go. Fight for the rebound. Knocked out of bounds. By Vince Williams Jr. Ball going back to the Knicks. And they are allowing them to play very physical so far. A lot of bodies hitting the floor. A lot of contact even going for the rebounds. I think the refs also want to get up out of here tonight. Anunoby up top to get it over to McBride. McBride back to Anunoby. Crosses over to his right. Driving down the lane. Draws the foul on Coward. Trying to slide with OG. OG went quickly. Cross signal. What's up, cross signal? Free-flowing Knicks shooters making shots. Nice start to the season. Go New York Knicks. Yep. They had one little three-game losing streak, and that was it. Those were the three losses they've had so far. They're going to end up with a 5-game winning streak. Nice pass inside the Shamet, kicks it out to Anunoby for a wide open 3. He can't get it to go. Anunoby, unfortunately, wide open looks. Misfiring a lot tonight. I believe he's now 1 for 7. Cedric Coward, a mid-range jumper, gets the nice friendly roll as he gets it to go down. Nice soft touch for Cedric Coward, the rookie. Knicks bringing it down the other way. Josh Hart, left side of the court, coming to his right off a Towns screen, putting his head down, attacking, kicks it out to Shamet, relocating behind the line, over to Towns. Towns hands it off to McBride. Spots up for a 3 behind Towns. Knock me down. Deuce McBride. I need more points from Deuce McBride. I need every single one of them to hit double figures. The only guy I'm not expecting to hit double figures is Yabusele. John Morant steps back for a 3, can't get it to go, and then Jock Landale gets fouled going for the rebound. Going to call a foul, I believe, on Anunoby. But I do need a 3 from Yabusele. I do need a 3-point shot from Yabusele for sure tonight. Just so every main rotation player for the Knicks tonight will have hit at least one. MBM said ride the bench at the 6-minute mark in the 4th. Yeah, about the 6-minute mark. I mean, that's kind of been where Cam Spencer draws the foul and Anunoby on a reach in, and he knocks down the little floater. Are the Knicks up by 30? No, they're up by 20. What am I looking at? I can't do math. They're up by 20 right now. Just as that said, Josh sets the Jericho screens. We're talking about Jericho Sims? Hip Hop said, Ja can't buy a bucket. No, he cannot. Cam Spencer knocks down his and one free throw. I gave 2 points. Excuse me. I gave 2 points to the wrong side. 98 to 117. Bring it over to Towns on the right wing. He puts up the 3, can't get it to go. Vince Williams Jr. with the rebound. He's going to bring it down the other way. Coming to his left off a Landale screen. Stops, turns, spins, pivots. Coming to his right down the lane. Tries to get it inside. Towns comes up with the steal, getting back on defense. Quick outlet pass to Josh Hart. He's going to put his head down, attack, drive down the lane. Gets offensive foul on OG Anunoby. Trying to clear out John Morant coming down the middle of the lane to give Josh Hart the open space. And the ball will go back to the Grizzlies here. Just that's a Jaws 8 turnovers. Yeah, it's not good. Not good at all. So the Grizzlies will bring it down now off the turnover from the Knicks. 10:15 to go. They get it over to Cam Spencer. Spencer being guarded by Shamet. Over the top pass over to Vince Williams Jr. Hands it off to John Morant. Coming to his left. Tries to hit the Cam Spencer cutting back door. Turnover. Here comes John Morant. Shamet. Excuse me, I'm all over the place. Pushing it down the other way over to Josh Hart. Hart hits Towns cutting back door. And the pass a little bit off. Towns couldn't handle it. And it's a turnover ball going back to the Grizzlies. Quickly trying to push the other way. 9:50 to go. John Morant over to Spencer. Catches, pump fakes, one dribble to his left. Puts up the 3. Got it to go. Cam Spencer, the most dangerous man on the court right now for the Grizzlies. The lead is now down to 16 points. Now down to 16. Not what you want to see. Jay Hazy said Josh should have passed that to Deuce. Probably. Look, it's unfortunate. We're going to have to put the captain back in the game, but you know, it is what it is. We're gonna have to put Jaylen Brunson back in the game. Let my man get his double-double. He needs one more assist, I believe. Hip Hop said another turnover by Ja. Yeah. Is that 9 turnovers for John Morant? Do we have to look at this up now? Is that 9 turnovers now? John Morant is now with 8 turnovers. 8 turnovers for John Morant. We need 2 more turnovers for Ja so we can get that double-double. And 3 more assists to get that triple-double. That very famous triple-double. The faded turnover triple-double. Angela Harding said, what's going on here? We're down to 16? Wake up, Knicks. Isn't it a glorious time when we could be upset where the Knicks are only up by 16 points? Isn't it glorious? I love it. You're right, Angela. You're right. Knicks need to wake up. Come on. But Old Man 803, what's up, old man? Haven't I told you last year about dressing like an idiot, wear some basketball gear? Brother, don't be corny, dog. Don't be corny, brother. Hart said Ja is in double trouble. He might be in triple trouble. The 8 turnovers. John Conchar played 3 minutes. Hold on. This can't be right. This can't be right. John Conchar has played 3 minutes. He is. Oh, you can't see it. He's played 3 minutes. And he's a minus 17? Is that's the complete other direction of what Mitchell Robinson did the other night, where he only played 16 minutes and he was a plus 40? The complete other direction of that is John Conchar's only played 3 minutes tonight and he's a minus 17. How does that happen? How do you get outscored by 17 points in 3 minutes of action? How does that happen? Oh, here we go. Checking back into the game. Kinar said be related to John Koncak, otherwise known as John Contract. That's a 13-point lead. Let's not Giants this thing. They're not going to Giants this thing. Get the captain back in the game. We're going to be all right. We're going to be all right. Don't let it get to single digits, though. My man Just Dead telling the future, though. I'll tell you that. McBride has it up top. Hands it off to Hart. Up top to Bridges. Bridges is back in the game as well for Anunoby. Coming to his left off the town screen. Cross-court pass to McBride. McBride on the right wing. Sets his feet. Fires the 3 for Vince Williams Jr. just as the buzzer expires. Had to get the shot up. Can't get it to go, though. Grizzlies quick hit ahead. Here comes Cedric Coward, the rookie. Down the lane. Scoop away with the right hand. Got it to go. Got it to go. Lead down to 15. Bridges bringing it down the other way. Coming to his right. Now coming to his left. Being guarded by the rookie Coward. Hands it off to Shamet. Shamet gets fouled by John Morant. Mark Ellis said, Knicks don't like big leads. They love big leads now. Yak said, now we can't play the kids. It's truly unfortunate, Yak. It's truly unfortunate. McBride back out. Brunson back in. I think McBride only ended up with 9 points. I needed him to get to at least 10. Get it into Towns. Towns hands it off to Brunson. Brunson hands it off to Bridges. Over to Towns. Towns up top. Hands it off to Brunson. Coming to his left. Tries to hit the bounce pass to Towns, cutting to the rim, but knocked out of bounds by the Grizzlies. Good defense from the Grizzlies there. 5 seconds to go in the shot clock for the Knicks. Go here in the game. Brunson will inbound it. They try to get it over to Bridges. Turnover. Now here come the Grizzlies pushing the other way. Coward on the right wing. Gets it over to Cam Spencer. Coming to his left, trying to split the defense at the foul line. Floater. Comes up short. Put back dunk. Vince Williams Jr. can't get it to go. Brunson pulls down the rebound. He's going to push it the other way. Brunson. Hero steps down the lane. Draws the foul. He's going to go to the foul line for 2 free throws. For the captain. Lead us back to the promised land, JB. Does that to the OG 5 fouls. Yeah. I wonder who's going to get defensive player of the game tonight. Because I don't know if anybody, maybe Bridges. Probably Bridges. I think Bridges is going to get it. Because I think Bridges has been pretty spectacular defensively tonight. Multiple times he's hustled back on defense to come up with a steal. Hip Hop said, remember when people were worried about if Towns was going to fit in on Mike Brown's offensive system? LOL, shaking my head. Clearly he figured it out. Yeah, clearly. Clearly the guy who is a perennial All-NBA performer and has averaged 25 points per game throughout the entirety of his career has figured it out, right? Clearly, right? What a surprise. That the guy who's averaged 25 points per game for his career figured out the offense while he's still in his peak physical prime. So, Brunson knocked down both free throws. Thank you, JB. Morant driving it down at the foul line, driving to his left, scoop lay with the left hand, can't get it to go. Bridges comes in for the rebound. Love when our wings grab rebounds. Bridges bringing it down. Over to Towns is the trailer. Back to Bridges. Bridges coming to his right. Stops. Pulls it back. Over to Brunson. Brunson attacking. Steps back. Has it up top. Dancing with it against Wells. Pulls it back out. Brunson. Over to Shamet. Shamet pump fakes. Drives right into Cam Spencer. And a foul on Cam Spencer. 8 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Knicks up by 16. Hart said, JB not letting us lose. I told you. Once we put the captain back in, you're going to right the ship. Don't right the ship. We good. We solid. Down to 16. Not like the Knicks built up a 30-point lead. They built up, I believe the largest lead was 27. So, it happens. It happens. Brunson up top coming to his left off the town screen. Just don't let it get to single digits. A pull-up three for JB. Oh, my. You had to know. You had to know. It was going in. We knew. We knew it was going in. You're not going to let us lose. They get it over to Jackson Jr. Has it up top. Crosses over to his left on Josh Hart. Blows right past him. Scoop blade with the left hand. Got it to go. JB bringing it down. Jaylen Brunson, they just said it's his best three-point shooting night of the season. He's 5 for 8 from 3. Brunson up top, crosses over to his left, cross-court over to Josh Hart. He's wide open for 3. Line me up, big Josh. Comes up short on it. Wells with the rebound. He gets it over to John Morant. John Morant over to Cam Spencer. Spencer bringing it down. Leaves it off for Wells. Wells up top, being guarded by Shamet. Gives it over to Aldama. Back over to Wells. Inside to Jaren Jackson Jr., and he knocks down the turnaround lefty hook over Josh Hart. He's got the size advantage. Brunson bringing it down. Brunson coming to his right, approaching the halfway point of the fourth quarter here. Brunson now coming to his left off the Bridges screen. Now over to Bridges, driving to his right, over to Josh Hart. Josh Hart driving to his left, middle of the lane, pump fake, takes it out to Bridges. Bridges swings through to his right, on the baseline, little fall away baseline jumper, splashes it. There you go. There you go, Mikal. Cam Spencer up top, coming to his left off the screen, driving it down, cross-court pass to Aldama, catches, pump fakes, driving past Towns, goes to the rim, scoop blade with the left hand, got it to go nice and easy. Yabusele going to the scores table. Here comes Josh Hart, over to Bridges. Bridges, spinning, turning, coming to his right, scoop blade with the right hand, can't get it to go as it falls off the side of the rim. Jackson Jr. with the rebound. Here comes John Morant, pushing it the other way. Morant, cross-court pass, Jalen Wells, a left wing 3, he's open. He splashes it down. Come on, Knicks. Timeout from the Knicks. Timeout from the Knicks, lead down to 12. Come on, fellas. Come on, man. 6:11 to go here. We got halfway through. Just that said, Sheffy wants overtime secretly? Brother, no. Not when you have a 20-plus point lead. Kay Hazy said our defense is so bad. It has been pretty bad tonight. It has been bad tonight. MBM said, are we gassed? I think there's a couple of factors afflicting the Knicks right now. I think the first one is they're not as focused and locked in as they need to be. That was evident from the first quarter. The Grizzlies scored 30 in the first quarter, and they should not have. That's number one. Number two, they built up a 20-plus point lead going into the fourth quarter. And, when that happens, it's just like, all right, let's get this game over with. Clearly, the Grizzlies continue to fight, and now they knock it back down to 12. But, it's one of those fake comebacks. Knicks are going to take care of business. Hopefully this doesn't become a barn burner and it becomes a single-digit game, and then you have to battle your way to pull this one out when you could have easily walked your way into it. But, give respect to the Grizzlies. They continued to fight. Give respect to Cam Spencer. Cam Spencer came into the game. He's got 11 points. He knocked down 2 big threes. He had an and one previously. Playing extremely well. Just as Dad said, hit that like button real quick. Appreciate you, Just as Dad. Reminding people to the like button. If you're here in the show enjoying yourself, please go ahead and leave a like. It is by far more than anything else you can do the best way to support the show. That and subscribing. So I'd very much appreciate it. You can go ahead and leave me a like, y'all. Thank you. Nixon NYC. What's up, Nixon? We got this. We do got this. I said we got casual. We got very casual. We did get very casual. It can happen, but you got to be able to pull yourself out of it. Pull this game out. Don't let it get to single digits, and keep it pushing. Hip Hop said Josh Hart's jumper is not good. No, it's not. But he still needs to shoot those shots. He still needs to shoot those shots. Nick Yak said, anyone wants to trade Mitch, take a look. Yep, this is what the defense could look like with no Mitchell Robinson out there for sure. And no OG Anunoby. He's got the 5 fouls, so you're out there with no Mitch, no Anunoby. Defense really suffering because of it. Mark said, pick up the intensity. It's hard. It's hard to, once you had the intensity and then you kind of let go of it because you feel like we got the big lead, it's hard to pull it back out. Not impossible, but it's hard. And it's obviously not an excuse, but I'm just saying. Just pull this game out. Don't let it get to single digits. Darnell said, don't worry. Be happy. Yak said, it's not scoring, it's defending. For sure. For sure. Although tonight, with how they've defended, just score the hell out of the ball and get out of here with the victory. Mikal Bridges bringing it down. 6 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. We got half of the fourth quarter remaining. Bridges gets it over to Hart, over to Brunson. Brunson coming to his left off the screen. Off the handoff. In the middle of the lane, loses it, picks it back up. Little fall-away jumper. They call a double dribble on Brunson. It's worth noting Brunson did knock down that little fall-away jumper, but they call a double dribble. You see the replay on it. Vince Williams Jr. has it up top. Coming to his left to get it over to Wells. Wells attacking along the baseline. Going up against Shamet. Gets it to go off glass. Shamet just a little too small. And now it's a 10-point game. Don't let it get to single digits. I need a basket here. Brunson hands it off to Shamet. Shamet hands it off to Josh Hart. Back up top to Brunson. Brunson being guarded by Vince Williams Jr. Coming to his left off a Yabusele screen. Brunson driving it down in the paint. Throws up a tough floater. Can't get it to go, but that's because he got fouled by Santi Aldama, who's going to go to the foul line for 2 free throws. Mark said, OG coming back in. Good, we need him. Good, we need him out there. Jose NYC said Tibbs would never let this happen. Come on, big dog. We don't got to rewrite history. It's happened multiple times with Tom Thibodeau-led teams. Brunson does have the double-double, by the way. He's got 27 and 10. He's at the foul line for 2 free throws here. Brunson knocks down the first one. OG Anunoby subs back in, the demon. Clean up, OG, clean up. Comes in for Shamet. Just that's at 53s. It's one of those nights where they were just chucking for sure, especially once the game got out of hand. Both sides just started chucking up threes. That's the issue. That's the issue. Once you get a blowout like that, you can't just settle for every, pull-up three-point shot you see. Brunson rattles in both free throws. Thank you, JB. Back up by 12. Don't let it get to single digits. I'll be upset at that point. They get over to Jackson Jr., but for now, I'll be okay. Jackson Jr. drives it down the lane. Turns it over. Mikal Bridges, yet another steal. Mikal Bridges got to be the defensive player of the game. He's been fantastic tonight. Josh Hart driving it down. Kicks it up top to Bridges. Bridges, a straightaway three over Cam Spencer. Rattles it. Oh, halfway down, but he can't get it to stay. And Vince Williams Jr. bringing it down the other way. He has it up top, being guarded by Brunson. Coming to his right off the screen. Dancing with it. And an offensive foul on Jaren Jackson Jr. Did he foul out? That's 5 fouls. 5 fouls. Brunson taking the dive, flopping. Drawing the foul on Jackson Jr. as he's done a million times before. We'll take it. We'll take it. Brunson bringing it down. Hands it off to Bridges. Bridges back to Brunson. 4:50 to go. Brunson over to Bridges. Right wing three. Come on, Mikal. Can't get that one to go. Jackson Jr. with the rebound. He's bringing it down the other way. Over the top pass to Santi Aldama under the rim by himself, and he gets the easy layup to go. The Knicks don't get back on defense and match up. Back to 10. Don't let this get to single digits. I'll be upset. Brunson bringing it down. Jaylen Brunson. Over to Josh Hart. Over to Bridges. Bridges coming to his left. Driving it down. Kicks it out to Anunoby. He's going to spot up for a three. Line me up. Too strong. Can't get it to go. Cam Spencer with the rebound. Don't let it get to single digits, Knicks. Then I'll be upset. I'm going to change my tune if that happens. They leave it off. Aldama. Extra pass. Vince Williams Jr. wide open left wing three. In and out, can't get it to stay. Yabusele pick strong rebound. I was about to blow up. But I didn't. Brunson bringing it down. Coming to his low. In and out dribble. Rejecting the screen. Steps back. Hesitates. Now driving it down. Inside the Yabusele. A turnover for Jaylen Brunson. A bad pass. Yabusele wasn't expecting it. And Brunson threw it way too low. And then Vince Williams Jr. turns it over as he throws it out of bounds. Trying to get too fancy, brother. You're down 10 with 3:40 to go. You can't just be throwing no-look passes like that, Vince Williams Jr. Come on, brother. Knicks bringing it down the other way, 126 to 116. Knicks defense has been pretty damn bad so far tonight. 116 for the Grizzlies. That's not good. Brunson bringing it down. Gets it over to Towns. Towns back to Brunson. Coming to his left. Stops. Hesitates. Over to Towns. Straightaway three. Line me up. Come on, Cat. Can't get it to go. Bridges steals the rebound. Back to Brunson. Thank you, JB. Thank you. Yep. Me and Jaylen Brunson had the same reaction. Me and Jaylen Brunson had the same reaction. praising up to the basketball gods. Finally, thank you for the wide open three. Knocked it down. Mikal Bridges hustling for the offensive rebound. He's got to be defensive player of the game tonight. Timeout for the Grizzlies, 129 to 116. 3:30 to go here in the fourth quarter. As long as the Knicks don't collapse, we're going to be all right. We're going to be all right. Just that's at OKC with a huge lead. We can go around the league real quick while we got this full Grizzlies timeout. Let's sync up our timer. 3:30 to go. Here we go. Real quick, let's go around the league. Boom. Boom. And boom. Knicks and NYC, New York or nowhere. Appreciate you, Knicks and NYC, with a very generous super chat, my brother. Thank you. Thank you very much. Hey, said Mikal saving us on defense? He is. He is. Raptors with an 8-point lead over the Nets. Celtics, 76ers, still in a tight one. It's a 3-point game. Real Art Manifest. What's up, Real Art? Appreciate you, brother. I feel like it's been a while since I've seen you, my man. Happy to see you in the chat. Oh, my goodness. The Thunder with a 31-point beatdown of the Warriors. Jazz playing the Pacers. All right, we don't care about that one. It's a battle of the bottoms. MBM said hit the like button while we flip on the defense for the last 3 minutes. Appreciate you, MBM. Appreciate everybody coming through so far here tonight. Go ahead, hit the like button. We got 99 likes. We can get one more like, y'all. We can get one more like in here to get the even 100. I'd very much appreciate it. Let's go ahead. Back to our Knicks Grizzlies coverage. John Morant's back in, bringing it down. All right, John Morant's back in the game. We're good, y'all. We're good. John Morant's been horrendous tonight. Morant driving to his left, but does he have the superstar in him to pull it back out? Cedric Coward driving it down against Towns. Can't get the layup to go. Jackson Jr. with the offensive rebound. Gets stripped. Bridges picks it up, and we're bringing it down the other way. Bridges crosses over. Hands it off to Brunson. Brunson, jab step. Pulls it all the way back up top. We're just going to isolate against Wells. Now we're going to run some offense. There you go. I like that. Hands it off to Josh Hart. He's going to put his head down. Mid-range pull-up jumper. Bounces on the rim. Can't get the friendly roll. Loose ball. Towns hustles for it. Picks it up. Back out to Brunson. Jab step coming to his right. Stops. Kicks it up top to Towns. Towns inside to Anunoby. Anunoby tries to get it out to Josh Hart, but couldn't get it out fast enough. Gave Jaylen Wells just enough time to get out there for the steal. And now here comes Jaylen Wells bringing it down the other way. 2:40 to go. They get it into Aldama. Got Brunson on him. Got to bring the double team. Shoves it over to Coward. Middle of the lane. Pump fake. Steps through. Tries to go for the layup. Can't get it to go. And they call the foul on Towns. Towns very upset with the foul call. Turns and screams. Going to send Coward to the foul line for 2 free throws. Mark said back-to-back against Orlando tomorrow, huh? Yep. Yep. We will get Mitchell Robinson back, though. Just that said OG's going to foul out guaranteed. You know, I said Towns hacked him. He did hack him. Did rake him across the arms. Don't know why you're so upset about it. Can never trust a player. He definitely hacked the heck out of him. Coward knocks down both of his free throws. And Brunson will bring it down against Jaylen Wells, applying a little bit of full court pressure here. 2:30 to go here in the fourth quarter. All the Knicks got to do is hold on. Brunson drives it down, gets under the basket, able to find it out to Anunoby. Wide open three, can't get it to go. Fight for the loose ball rebound again. Aldama had it, lost it, picks it up again. Hit overhead to Jaylen Wells. Home run pass over to Coward. Goes up, reverse layup. Anunoby with the chase down block. Towns picks it up. Hit ahead to Josh Hart. Josh Hart bringing it down. Cross score over to Bridges. Bridges a pull-up three in transition. In and out again. Halfway down, but he can't get it to stay. And now here come the Grizzlies pushing it the other way. Hands it off to Jackson Jr. Driving to his left against Towns. Scoop layup with the left hand. Can't get it to go. Just smokes the layup. Here comes Josh Hart pushing it the other way. We're under 2 minutes to go. Josh Hart has it up top. Hands it off to Brunson. We're going to run some clock off the top. We're going to run some time off the clock. Brunson coming to his left off a Town screen, driving it down in the paint, takes it out to Josh Hart, pump fakes out of the left corner, all the way to the rim for the easy layup, smokes the layup, and then Towns runs into Cedric Coward and he fouls him. Josh Hart right under the basket, smokes the layup. Come on, man. 55 three-point attempts for the Knicks tonight, breaks the Knicks single game record. They started chugging them up in that third quarter. That's what allowed the Grizzlies to come back. Here comes Jackson Jr. Has it on the right wing. Driving it down to his left. Euro steps down the lane. Towns ties him up. They call a foul on Towns. Towns Still upset, even though he grabbed Jackson Jr. there. FMC said Hart missed a bunny right under the rim. Shot he's knocked down a million times before in his life. Just smoked it. Mark Ed said, why the quick shot? Because he was wide open under the basket. What do you mean, why the quick shot? He had a wide open layup. Throw 2 points up on the board. There was 2 minutes left to go in the game. There wasn't 20 seconds. Get the layup. What do you mean? Gigi said, damn, OG, I need one more 3 to cash out. Untuck the damn jersey, bro. True. AP said, I hate back-to-backs. I mean, I love the fact that we get Knicks basketball on back-to-back nights, but in terms of getting quality basketball from your ball club, it sucks. 118 to 129, an 11-point game. Don't let it get to single digits, Knicks. They're going to pull this victory out, but don't let it get back to single digits. Josh Hart on the right wing, steps back out, pump fakes, gets it over to Brunson. Brunson has Wells on him, has him in the post, backing him down. One-legged fall-away mid-range jumper, can't get it to go, fight for the rebound. And a loose ball foul on Jaren Jackson Jr. That gets him up out of the game. He was caught holding Mikal Bridges as they were battling for the rebound. And that's it. And both teams are in the penalty, so Bridges will get 2 free throws. Mikal Bridges at the foul line for 2 free throws. Go ahead, put the ice on it. Go ahead, put the ice on it, Mikal. Hey, Hazy, Triple J fouled out. He's up out of here. That's his 6th foul. Bridges at the foul line. Got the first one to go. Thank you. Thank you, Mikal. Unfortunate we didn't get the rookies tonight. We didn't get to see the rookies. Gigi said, no lie, Knicks would be 0-7 at home under Schnitzerdo's slow tempo. I don't know if they'd be 0-7. They'd still be a good team. Bridges knocks down both free throws. Thank you, Mikal. Jalen Wells bringing it down. We're under a minute to go. A pull-up 3 for him. Air balls it. Josh Hart with the rebound. Bringing it down. Cedric Coward just chases him down and comes up with the steal. Somebody got to tell Josh Hart he's behind them. They throw the lob up to Aldama on the other way, and he gets the 2-handed slam. 11-point game. Don't let it get to single digits, y'all. I don't want to see it. I know we're under a minute to go, and we got this game under control and whatnot, but I still don't want to see it. Bridges gets it over to Shamet. Shamet driving it down. Pulls it back out. Morant fouls Shamet as he tried to come up with the steal. 11-point lead for the Knicks. 37.2 to go. Shamet at the foul line for 2 free throws. Nixon said, we did get the win, though. That's 7-0 at home. Yep, 7-0 at home. That's 5 games in a row, right? 5-game winning streak. Shamet knocks down the first one. Thank you for knocking down your free throws. Hip Hop said, this team is rolling, baby. We got a nice big test tomorrow. Second night of a back-to-back against a pretty good Orlando Magic team. Even if they are struggling so far to start the year, they still got a lot of talent. You're still going to have to go out and beat them. Mark said, the 3rd straight 130-point game. They are scoring. Shamet knocks down both free throws. Cam Spencer bringing it down. Deep pull-up straightaway 3. Can't get it to go. Anunoby with the rebound. Home run pass over to Bridges. Bridges will pull it out. And that will end it. Beautiful. Beautiful. Knicks pull out the victory. Got a little closer than we wanted it to, but they were still able to pull it out. 133-120 should be the final score. The Knicks will let the time tick out. Just don't allow the Grizzlies to throw up a cheap shot up there. Sadu Barry, appreciate you, brother. It's Namar, Kinahara, MBM, K. Hazy, Nixon, Mark, Justice's dad. JC, 13 points in 16 minutes. Quality minutes from Jordan Clarkson, of course, as always. Touch Sus. What's up, Touch Sus? Appreciate you, brother. 31 assists every game. Yep, I think they're averaging over 30 assists now, which is, my goodness, I thought we would never see it. Gigi said, I need 8-0 tomorrow. I may be at the game. If you're going to be there, holla at your boy. I'll buy you a beer. Appreciate you, Chichi. I will not be there, but if anybody's going to go to the games, be on the lookout for Chichi. Star Love, appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. MBM, everybody. Knicks will be 2026 champs, of course, my man. Game isn't over yet. The game is officially over, my brother. The game is officially over. 133-120 is the final score. And, of course, as always, shout out to all the channel members here, appearing here, financially helping support the channel. It's not a lot, right? To become a member, it's only, I think, $2 or $3, something like that a month. But, you know, I very much appreciate it. Thank you, guys. Thank you for hanging out with me. Mark Adams, I'll see you tomorrow. Again, we will be back tomorrow. It's a 7 o'clock start time to the game, so we will be live at 6:30, a little bit earlier than usual. We will be live at 6:30 to go over the pregame as usual. We'll go over the Orlando Magic and what they have been doing so far this year. We did catch a couple of Orlando Magic games so far this year, so I have some opinions for sure. But we will be back tomorrow for the Knicks, and then, of course, from there, we'll talk about what games we have next, coming up next. But until then, thank you guys for hanging out with me. Remember to brush your teeth before bed, stay hydrated, and get a good night's sleep. And with that being said, I'll catch y'all tomorrow. 6:30 start time. Don't forget. Good night, everybody. I'm out. Bye.